The only problem down in Florida is the fish, Mook. It sucks.
That's terrible. What up, y'all? Mob Tales, we back. And you know, y'all seen the title. We talking about a lot of brands that happen to be Italian, the high end, the brands that take over the world. You know, they must know what they're doing. And I ain't gonna lie, I love it. I wish I could afford it, but I can't. But really, honestly, now the way like what I'm about to get into, maybe Jimmy could convince me different. I'm not with this high end bullshit because I feel like they get away with a lot of.
Hey, Mook, the world is a treacherous place. You know, the Gucci. You talk about a family like Gucci. Now he worked in London. He was a bellhop. And in 1921, he turned around and saw all these richy people and their pocketbooks and their jackets and their shirts. And being a creative person, there was actually four brothers. He had four sons, actually. And yeah, and he went back to Florence, which is where it was created, small little shop, 1921, making pocketbooks and shoes and jackets, very refined, very limited. Of course, he had children and he had a wife and he had kids. And the dissension, Italians are dissension people. They didn't want to allow Mauricio and Virgil and all these people to, to have control. This one wanted to be the boss and that one wants to be the boss. And that's really a very bad trait about Italians. They do this crazy stuff. So of course, this is 1921. They developed shops in Milan, and they're growing. Gucci grew. They started doing in the late 40s and 50s. They started doing fashion shows, and he's designing jackets and he's labeling Gucci. But the situation with the movie was a little far-fetched. Did Patricia? She was not a Gucci, but yeah, the mob was involved in killing him. That was a hit because she wanted to take control. She had her own ideology, like everybody. I want to do this. I don't want to make that anymore. I want to make this. Well, why? And then all of a sudden, that dissension created animosity. The Gucci family does not own Gucci anymore. It became a publicly traded company, and it was bought out because they were so controversial to each other. But Patricia really held on to the reins, but her husband was in the way of what she wanted to do. Did she kill her husband? Absolutely. Did the mob do it? Absolutely. What is she going to do it? She's going to go down the street and start shooting? No, money talks, bullshit walks. And that shit still goes on. You got the money, you can get anybody rubbed out, Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. That's what happened with the Gucci family. They lost their control. They lost their power. Their shares are like, they don't have the controlling shares.
What happened that made them lose their power? What did?
Well, it's greed, Mook. It's greed.
Or like what changed?
Yeah, of course, the family living over their means, doing and making wrong moves, and this goes for Versace. This goes for all of these companies. They all did it. They all were in a lot of trouble in the early 50s and 60s. I mean, they all were losing. In 1921, Gucci had a brilliant idea. Gucci was really the first company, and I read up a lot on it. I wasn't too keen on the movie. I think it was overacted, and I think it was overzealous with, a lot of the trueness of it. But nobody's going to deny that Patricia definitely had him whacked, had him killed right on the street, right in front of his place, which was ironic,
Now, when you talk about they're not controlled by the family anymore. I don't know if Louis is and these other brands. We'll get into those brands too. I got a picture up of what basically got Gucci in trouble recently. Now, if they're not controlled by the original family, is this a monopoly of the same people that's putting out these images, these offensive images, and they know their power and they know what's going on? Do you see that image? It's like, really, some people will look at it and go, come on, it's just a mask. But let's be honest here. That shit is a black face with the red lipstick and the red lips. You see the
Well,
shit. And really,
you know,
you're not
I
sensitive.
got
Obviously, all that money, they have enough money to be sensitive or culturally sensitive, but they choose not to be. And this is what I'm saying. Does that make them more since this image came out, Gucci didn't suffer anything. You know what I mean?
well, they lost control of the company. It now was bought out. It's the controlling stock, and the people put people in charge to run the company like any other person would do. And was it put out for a reason? Of course it was, because me and you wouldn't sit here and be talking about it. But it was definitely put out as a deterrent, as controversy, and making it argumentary. Mook, they made it become argumentary. Okay, hey, let's do this. Hey, but that's blackface. Yeah, but you know what? People are going to look at it in two ways. Now, are there going to be people that are going to buy that? Absolutely. Of course, they're trademarking and they're branding themselves in a very derogatory way, without a doubt. Would
Yeah.
I do it? No. If I ran Gucci, I would still try to keep that beautiful Gucci name. I would hire the right designers to come in and amplify that product and keep it at that high quality.
The
And
bells
who's
are looking iffy. You got brands like Hermes. There's a number of high end brands out there, a lot of competition. And then you do a thing like this, your name is in the headlines heavy. We're gonna get to Ye and everybody else. I'm just sticking on Gucci, but I'm just saying
yeah,
I'm seeing
yeah.
a pattern here. Like, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, come on, seriously.
Mook, you know what it is? Again, this controversy causes a lot of different mixed emotions. I want to tell you, no matter what you do, and again, I refer when
I
people will
disagree.
go,
This
yeah, when
controversy
people,
causes a line that's drawn, and the people that think in that kind of way, they're gonna go on that line. They're gonna be more loyal. Now, what do you want? You want loyal customers. This,
but
I believe, is creating more loyal customers, and the people that think like that, unfortunately, have more money than the righteous that don't think like that. And
well,
that's just how it is.
people that don't have money, people that don't have money, might take offense to it. If somebody say, "Oh, I would never buy a Gucci bag," those are the people that can't afford a Gucci bag.
Exactly. So they don't care about
But you have
that
rich
anyway.
people that are saying, "I don't mind that. I don't care. I'm still going to go get my daughter that Gucci bag, and I'm going to
Some
get with
people
the black face and the lips."
it makes them
Because
want
I
it
think
even
it's
more than me. I'm thinking. But go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but no, no, don't be silly. But is it derogatory? Is it negative? Absolutely. But negative push again. Clint Eastwood always said, if somebody's talking about you, good or bad, they're still talking about you. So this causes people to be talking about Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Kim Kardashian with
Let's
Bellagio.
stick with
This
Gucci for
country,
now because I want to get into all that. But what more do you know as an Italian older guy who watched a lot of the whole rise of Gucci? Give us more information about Gucci. Let me go grab this phone real quick. I'm sorry.
you know what, Mook? The thing is that no matter what, there's money involved in this, and the money where it comes from is not exactly in the nicest places. Anything that grows substantially, you're going to have to have. You're going to have to get money. You're going to have to get money to do these things. Even though you have a little shop in Florence, and here's this guy Gucci saying, "I saw all these rich people as I was a bellhop and working in London, and I got to be a part of that." And this guy, and again, that's a really amazing involvement about Italians because they are very creative people. We can't take that away from
Can't
them.
take that away.
They make the best cars in the world. They're the best painters. They make the
They're
best
my
clothing.
favorite people. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Italians and Jamaicans are my favorite people. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
and we're passionate. You know, we're Latins. We're Latin people. So Latins are very emotional. But what's the problem with things is that you have dissension in the ranks. Like I saw it in my own family. I see it with people, even all Italians, like mobsters that came after me to try to get money from me. When you see something growing, hey, you know what, Gooch, I can get you going here, you know. Of course, behind the scenes we don't know this stuff, but it does go on, you
Yeah.
know.
Let me ask you. Sorry, did you see?
Listen,
Are you
Bello,
conscious of knowing the Gucci rise? Were you actually watching it as a? You know what I
oh,
mean?
I read about him, you know. I read about him. I read about they
Because
were
he's
the
already
ones that
big. He's old. I'm sorry. How old is that? How old is the company? Do you know? Have an
it's
idea?
101 years old. Gucci started in 1921. He left London and he went back to Florence. He had a small little shop, sewing himself, making bags, making all, and doing beautiful stuff. I mean, in the 50s and the 40s, they were doing fashion shows. Of course, they were, you know, everybody's dressed in a tie. That was what it was back then. You know, you had to wear a suit and a tie. You were working on a job, you wore a suit and a tie. It was insane mentality, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But was it very close minded? Of course. The fashion had to be a certain way because of that time. And you watched Versace and Gucci grow into modern, like, Versace, when he was killed, he was coming up with the most amazing, fashionable clothes, you know.
Let's get into Versace then, because
What?
I didn't have a thing on Versace because there's no racial scandal on him. But mind you, wasn't he a homosexual guy, right? Oh, I
Versace
don't
was
know the
gay.
correct
Yes,
word.
yes, Versace was gay. Most of
Okay,
them are.
no problem. So
No,
let's
that's
get
all
into
right.
Versace. I wasn't because I'm really speaking on these high end labels that got scandals attached to them. I got the whole pictures lined up. We're gonna get into that. But what do you give us some information on Versace, sir, please, if you don't mind?
Well, you know, he was a very, very particular guy, you know, and I want to tell you, there is a gay gene. We have proven that, which is something that it's born in you. Do I discriminate against gay people? Absolutely not. Be who you
We
are.
don't do
Do
that
what you
here.
want.
Yep.
But Versace created a lot of jealousy because you had people. Also, the guy that shot him was homosexual, and he killed him because he wanted to become infamous and famous.
Yeah,
So
everybody know that story. But wait,
yeah.
how old is Versace, and what was his story as far as? Do you know anything about the beginning of Versace? And
Oh yeah, I mean, he started in Italy just like Gucci and Ferragamo and all these guys
how
started.
was the company? Sorry,
The company was small, started very small.
how old? I said, how old is it?
Oh, I think it was, I believe it was the early '60s. Versace, and
Not as old as Gucci. Okay.
yeah, he was born. He was born in the '40s. He would be close to 80 years old now if he was alive, and
Mhm.
maybe more. I know Donatello, who now runs the company, is close to that. And yeah, he was doing it with his sister and his brothers, and they were all
Family.
getting involved in building this amazing brand. I mean, I owned a lot of Versace. I have a lot of Versace pants. I was wearing leather pants and stuff when I was working in the Cannes Film Festival. It was just part of it, you know. Had the black shirt. I'll show you pictures. You know, the women, everything. It was amazing, but it was fashionable to wear those clothes. Versace, to me, was one of the most
I
amazing.
appreciate Versace because I feel like he kept integrity with the brand, and if
Sure,
he
he
was
did.
alive, you would never
Of
see
course, he did.
would never be no fucking offensive images for what to be talked about. You feel me?
He
It's
didn't have
disgusting.
to. He didn't have to. Mook. His
Talent.
clothes spoke for himself. He
Mhm.
didn't have to do this stuff. You got to understand how it works. You're in a corporate office, you're sitting around a big table because it is a big table. There's sales marketing in Japan, sales marketing in Tokyo, sales marketing in China, sales marketing in Milan. You're handling Rome. Who's handling New York? Okay,
Whoa.
now all these people get in. Oh, our sales are down in New York. Our sales are down in China. Our sales are down in Tokyo. Our sales are down here. All right, we have to invent. We have to do something that's going to be controversial. If we don't, Then Gucci was going out of business several times. So was Louis Vuitton. So was all of them. They all had their ups and downs. Any big company, you can ask Elon Musk. He was, before Elon Musk got into MoneyGram, he was scrambling on the computer. Mind you, give the guy the respect, because he was literally, he had a cot that he slept on for a few hours and then went right back on the computer doing his thing, developing and making it happen.
Wow.
And I know that
It
for a
came from
fact.
nothing, Elon Musk.
Bro, absolutely. He got his money from MoneyGram. You know that, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing that's the same thing with all these people we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Common thing. They all came from nothing. But
listen, Versace.
That's why I was asking you about, did they still control the company? Because you find out that the corporate people get involved, and then now they all on the agenda, I feel like. So we're going to get into the other ones, but I'm going to let you finish on Versace before we get into that.
Versace was buying his own goods. Him and his boyfriend or whoever he was involved with, and his sister in there. This is a thing like done practically in a basement, the same way Jeff Bezos started in a garage in Seattle selling books. It just started small, and next minute he got into a store, and then Versace said, "What store? I'm going to open up my own stores. I'm going to have my own." Then you have Versace. If you go to Bal Harbor in Miami or Bal Harbor, you'll see a Versace store. There's pants $600-$700. There's shirts $300-$400. I mean, yeah, the brand is like, people with money are going to buy Versace. They're going to buy Gucci. They're going to buy Louis Vuitton.
Because
I remember my daughter wanting a bag. She wanted a Gucci bag. And I went in to buy this one Gucci bag, and God bless her. She didn't want the more expensive one, but I got the one that was more expensive. I put the money together. It's my daughter. The bag was $780. It's a small little thing. It was nothing. Mm-hmm. And I'm turning around. I'm going, wow. And even when I was in Bal Harbor looking at Versace stuff, the quality was there. I mean, here's the thing about corporations and how they run it, okay? Now, you go buy a Hugo Boss shirt. Now, if you buy a Hugo Boss shirt in New York, it's made in China. They put the Hugo Boss's label on it. It lasts you 4 months, okay? I bought a Hugo Boss shirt in France at the Cannes Film Festival. Jack Nicholson was all dressed up, hidden underneath, and it was Bruno's. It was a famous place called Bruno's. Mm-hmm. I still have that Versace shirt from 20 years ago, and it's like I had it from day one. So there's the difference, Mook. There's a big realization and a mystique that we have to understand. Where are the clothes being made? When I bought clothes in Juan Pen and I bought a Versace pants, those pants are still like I bought them. They're still the quality, yeah. So, but if you buy in certain places, hey, yeah, I'm going to let you use my name. I'm going to use you. Hey, we're going to pay you a lot of money to do that. That stuff goes on. That's where a lot of things change for a lot of companies. But right now, the stock margin in Gucci is not as good as it should be, or these brands that are doing this. They're doing it
to make it to, you know what I mean?
Well, if you cause controversy. Look, if you say, "Oh, that movie's horrible," "Oh, this movie was the worst movie ever," guess what?
Curious about it. Curiosity.
Everybody. I'm going to see that movie, man. I heard it was horrible. I wanted to see it. He goes, "It was amazing." So
now, say you're rich as hell, and some poor ass motherfucker that annoys you. You see them complaining about a brand, and that they can't afford. They can't afford it. Now, humans are spiteful and fucked up.
Spiteful.
Now, we're shitty as fuck. Now, you see somebody on news or people protest or whatever. Look at this. If you're a rich, bored asshole, it's bringing the brand up more, and it's putting the brand on the forefront. So any brand on the forefront that's got the quality and it has the name behind it, the prestigeness, it's going to sell if it's in the news, period. It's going to sell more, period.
My man, remember
the crazy thing about fashion. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No. You know, remember the movie Blair Witch when it first came out? The Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
$60,000 it cost the guy. They made 600 million. They're still selling the movie, but guess what? It was the stupidest, dumbass movie I ever
Yeah.
saw in my life.
I
Kids running
definitely
through a
was on
wood with
that
a
wave
camera.
too. I went to
Oh,
see it.
they're running, they're scared. There was nothing to it. And you know,
Nothing.
people like, oh, the movie was horrible. But guess what? Everybody flocked to the movie. They made millions on it.
And we're talking about it now. And how long
We're
ago was
talking
that
about it
fucking
right
movie?
now. So yeah, this everything applies. You know, you could take a construction company if they're not. When I was architectural construction, there was Artex 4, Artex 6, Artex Home Improvement. This guy came out, Artex 24. I got a lawyer, send me a letter, and I called the lawyer. And this is how stupid everything is, and this is how it goes. People were hiring these people because they were saying, yeah, I built that building. I did that house. Yeah, that's my work. I'm Artex. Just to get the work. I've experienced this.
I
So
can
all of a
imagine.
sudden, I'm getting lawsuits, and I'm like, Artex 6. I'm like, sir, oh, yeah, that's you. I said, sir, you're a lawyer? I said, okay, get me to court, and then I'm going to countersue you and your client, okay, for damages. He found out that it wasn't me. You know, and then, oh, you know, sir, yeah, I know. Everybody's using my name. I got it. But I said, be
Wow, man.
careful. And I called the lawyer an asshole. Be careful, asshole. Don't play no
Yeah.
games with me.
Come on,
You
lawyers are
know?
disgusting. Now, this was a Louis thing that everybody was mad about. You know, this image. You
Who,
know,
Louis
boy,
Vuitton?
a little black boy with a purse. It's a Louis purse, and you know, obviously, but it's kind of crazy. A boy with a purse.
Do
I mean,
I
you're
think it's
pushing
right?
an agenda.
Do I
You
think
know,
it's
the
right?
biggest major buyers of this stuff is happen to be our fellow homosexual people or whatever else. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Mook, you know what women are saying today? Where are all the men? Guess what? They wear high heel shoes. They wear tight pants. They talk, and I'm sorry, don't take this the wrong way, but they talk like sissies. And they act like sissies. There's no men. Women
Now
want a
look at the
man.
images though, with the highest
Well,
fucking
that's what I'm
brand
trying to tell
that's
you. So,
mentioned in all the hottest music, Louis. Now look at the image they pushing. Now imagine that influence. You feel me?
yeah, but Mook, most of the people that are buying this are people that don't mind the controversy. They like the controversy. Me and you, we're men. I'm not doing this. I'm not getting involved in this. But yeah, there's going to be people, and Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and their marketing strategy is done by people that come out of school and college and have master's degrees in these stuff in marketing and advertising. And the whole thing about advertising, I studied it a little bit, is the controversy that you cause. If I make this something, look, again, you refer everything, it's all in the same plane. If it's advertising and marketing, it's a football team, you know,
They
the
knew
minute
that
they
was going to
say,
be controversial, Jimmy.
of
They
course, man,
knew. They knew. They wasn't. They not dumb. Come on.
you
Look at.
know, what gets me is that these are the tools they use to keep their rise in money and marketing, and that's what this is. This is all a marketing scheme to make money. It doesn't mean that they're going against the black person, or do I like the black face
No,
with the
I
red
never.
lips?
You know what I mean? But guess what? Is that what it's about? Is that where Louis started? That bold man a long time ago to be putting out these type of
No,
offensive
that's not what he
images
started.
for money. No, it
No,
still cost a lot of money because he was sewing the shit up, making it by hand himself, putting together quality shit. Now
hey
it's in
Mook,
the factories and shit or whatever else, and
Mook,
it
you know
still
what
costs a
happens?
lot of money because of the brand that he built. Now, does that guy want his fucking? You know what I mean? Does he want this shit? I don't think so. Let him
No.
be.
Hey Mook, guess what? Mook, there's a company in Italy that makes suits. I own a Brioni suit. I gotta tell you, you would never. Did you ever hear of Brioni?
Yeah,
No.
big brand, big
Okay.
money.
Well, Brioni is not all over the world. There's a Brioni shop in New York,
I heard it from you though. I don't know.
I went to the Brioni shop in Italy, and they lay out the goods, and they say, "Sir, the suit is $3,400." And I said, "I got to have a Brioni suit." Why? Because the quality of the material and the way they made the suit was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. You know, and the owner of the shop happened to be related to the Brioni family. And he said, "We're here about the quality. We're not here about, you know, they make the best suits in the world. Wow. They're known as one of the best companies. Really? People travel all over the world, but is there hundreds of thousands of Brioni shops all over the place? No. There was one in LA. There might be one in Bal Harbor. There's one in New York. There's a few in Italy, but it's not spread out like Versace in every mall and Gucci in every mall."
You know what happened? These young people got involved. They got control of the business, and they said, "Hell yeah, give me that money and go ahead, do it."
Of course, because now
I understand that, you know, but I'm just saying, like, look at these fucking irresponsible images that they're putting out. It's not cool. You know what I mean?
No, it's not cool, but guess what?
It's not, you know, not developed yet, period.
No, but, you know, you will find a majority of gay people buying this stuff, yes, because these things are controversial and fashionable to them.
And they got money. All gay people got money.
Yeah, and they have money, Hey, Mook, if as a designer, if I was gay, and nothing against gay people, but if I was gay, I'd be a multimillionaire. Why? A lot of gay people tell me that, you know. They like big guys like you. I'm like, okay, that's nice, man. You know, great, but guess what? I'm not gay, so, you know, I'm not going to be rich then, I guess, you know. You know. I had a guy, Christian, that I work with, an interior designer. He's gay, very nice guy, you know, but always tell me, "Jimmy, if you ever turned the tide, you would have gay men all over you." And I said, "Well,
you know,
but I said, you know,
gay guys, I'm not gay either, but I respect all the homosexuals. But guess what? They move. They're very influential to the females. Let me say that honestly. They are,
because Mook, no exaggeration, and I'm not, again, I don't discriminate against anybody, but they spread themselves like women. You know, men sit back and they don't do that. They exploit themselves. You know, they're fashionable. They put themselves out there. You know, yeah, of course, man.
But I'm saying they control this. They've been controlling this shit for a minute, and they're the reason why what's hot is hot and what's not is not. As far as the ladies, they're a big part of it. I'm not gonna lie, and I see it.
Of course, bro. Absolutely. And you know what?
This right here is from, you know, and I guarantee I put my money on it, and I don't have nothing against the gay people, but this image is from a gay guy, promise you. And, you know, and the gay guy approved it. A gay guy did it. A gay guy approved it. And a gay guy signed off on it. I'm telling you right now. And I know that's controversial. If my shit was big, I'll be in trouble for saying some shit like this. I might get in trouble.
You know what? Guess what? You're not saying anything bad against gay people, and you're being very informative, letting people know that you don't discriminate against them. But you are able to say, are they doing that?
That's where I think I'm wrong, but I'll put money on that. What I said. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
Mook, absolutely. When you go in the fashion world and they're doing these runways and strips, do you see some of the male models are straight, but a lot of them are gay too? But guess what? When you go in the back and the guys that are fixing the girls' hair, are you telling me that they're going to go play football and stuff and go shoot hoops with the guys and have a couple of beers?
And you know what, Jimmy? The misconception that we all get, oh, he's gay, he's good. No, there's gay bad people just like there's straight bad people. There's gay bad people just like there's straight bad people. There's gay bad people manipulating and doing things just like there's straight bad people manipulating and doing things. There's gay bad people in power just like there's straight bad people in power. Let's stop with it like, oh, he's gay, he's good. No, you got to watch everybody. And you got to really be really confirming that they're good before you run and saying he's good, because there's a lot of manipulation going on. A lot of y'all stupid motherfuckers don't see it, but there's a lot of manipulation going on, and I'm sorry, it's disgusting. And if I had money, my dumb asses probably have some Louis and shit too. But now I'm seeing it and I'm analyzing the game. Guess what? When I get that money, I ain't supporting none of this shit. I'm only supporting local, and I'm gonna support the people that I see and know and trust. That's it. And I ain't gonna say black either. I could know an Italian guy that's on the come up. That's a good guy. I fuck with him. I'll support that. I can see an Asian guy. It's not about the race, but what I'm saying is we supporting the fuck shit, and we continue to do it. And you see what's in front of your face now. That's why I got Jimmy on here, a fellow Italian and Sicilian guy. And I don't want to bash the originators that created these brands and made this amazing thing. I don't want to bash them. These guys are great, and I guarantee you they would not. This shit wouldn't be flying if they were alive. I guarantee.
But guess what? But the Gucci family don't control Gucci anymore. They don't. You could look that up. If you look up the Gucci family, it'll show you the history. And again, I read many articles about the Gucci family, and nobody realized, the Gucci started in the 60s. I said, what are you talking about? The Gucci brand was started in 1921. Think about that. That's 101 years ago, man. It's going to be 102 years ago. This is a brand that was started. Mook, anything else, again, when you get to a certain level and all of a sudden you're famous and now everybody's got to have a Gucci. All right, well, how the fuck do I do that in a basement? Mm-hmm. You need a factory. You need money. I'm not going to give you, a bank's not going to give you money. So what do? All of a sudden now Gucci, after developing this in 1921, in the 30s and the 40s, they were making and branding their product. Gucci became a famous name in the 40s. And then in the 50s, it exploded. People wanted a Gucci bag. They were making beautiful jackets, and Gucci makes belts, they make socks, they make everything. You can have Gucci underwear, but you're not doing that without having factory background. So again,
for sure,
the quality is never going to be there. Even
that's amazing too. How they got how amazing the brand is that these OGs originated. Now, mind you, they might have been the racist motherfuckers, but guess what? That probably, whatever. But guess what? I guarantee you, they would not put out no images, or they got integrity.
No way.
Class.
No, that I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
No.
It's disgusting how these corporate brands are doing it, and we see what's going on. It's all advertisement. It's all about money and controversy. It's fucking terrible.
Right. But Versace still owns Versace. Donatella runs this show.
The sister, right?
She is actually a very creative person, and her brother's reliability on her was very strong.
I'm gonna tell you from the streets point of view, we are really pushing the brands, a lot of this hip hop culture. Versace might be going down a little bit. Honestly, she got to do. So I don't know what's going on, but Versace, they all about Louis. Gucci, there's got to be more high in Hermes. Is Hermes Italian?
Yes.
Look at that. It's amazing. That's crazy. That's incredible.
Mook, look, Ferrari, you take Ferrari cars, okay? Now, of course, the family still runs that show. They are a stock company. They're a publicly traded company, but they're a limited company. You're not going to see a Ferrari dealership in the fucking Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're not. You're going to see it there's one in Manhattan. There's a Ferrari dealership in Florida. There's a Ferrari dealership, maybe a few in California. There's one right where I am. The fucking building was gorgeous and beautiful, but guess what? Quality controlled car. I don't give a shit. I'm not mass producing these cars. I'm not. Berlusconi, the president of Italy, owns Fiat. He owns many car brands beyond Fiat. He now controls a lot of these companies and these car companies. He's one of the richest men in the world, But Fiat is not a quality controlled car. It'll fall apart fast. My friend has one. He has so much trouble with it, but you ain't having a problem with a Ferrari. You're going to go get your car. You're going to go get a Ferrari oil change and a tune-up on your Ferrari. It's costing you $3,000. Here, it's going to cost us $160 to get my Toyota.
Talent out there for some reason, and you know, it's African blood that went to.
You have people with money, And those people with money don't care if they put a black face with red lips on it. Me, I think it's disgusting. You know,
If you know it could be a little bit offensive to the culture, you shouldn't do it. Period. And I think the question. That's what I'm saying. I believe they knew. You know. So let's get into the thing we talked about the other day. Like, look at this image. People are all kind of crazy about. I'm not really. You know what I mean? I see what's going on, but it's a bear. Oh, they saying that they're going at the kids with the little. Yeah, I get it. You're going at giving the kids these type of images is already training them for that bullshit. You gotta watch for the subliminal. You know what I mean? The subliminals. Nobody want their daughter
hey, Mook,
you know what I mean?
Mook, we're losing the quality of our social graces as the years go on. People, oh, I'm not wearing a suit and tie. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be that headstrong. People want that freedom. They want to exercise their rights, you know. And again, it's how you exercise your rights that gets you in trouble or it doesn't get you in trouble. If I go around and discriminate against gay people, those gay people are going to go around and wherever community I'm in, hey, watch that guy. And then next minute, you're blackballed. The gay community is very powerful, especially in Manhattan and especially in Miami Beach.
Yeah, but they build up that power, and I don't got nothing against the gay community, but to get away with this shit, no, we can't let that.
Absolutely. And it makes no difference if you're black, white, Asian, or whatever. They
got the power of the brand Balenciaga, and they got the power of. Sorry to say it, because I didn't hear any gay or homosexual the people coming out, LGBTQ community coming out speaking against this. They should be the main ones coming out speaking against this.
They're not gonna.
Sorry,
they're not gonna. It's fashion. Everything becomes fashionable, and oh, you got one of those bags. Oh, you bought one of those bags. You know, it doesn't matter, Mook. You know, again, Ye is doing the same thing. He's doing what Trump did. He's creating his brand. Is he going to reach the level of being the president of the United States? I doubt it very much. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way that the Republican Party, which he wants to join, is going to be a part of Fuentes and all these people. You know, and again, it's a mystique. It's caused to create controversy. You know, we're talking about Ye. Everybody is talking about Ye. Even if he says I'm a Nazi.
But that's what we were talking about. That all ties in to the Yeezy brand. Now imagine, look, he's
but guess what, Mook?
If he lose and he start his own Yeezy brand or whatever, you know what I mean, and make shit exclusive, make it cost a lot of money, and make it quality. He's got. I think that's what he's on right now, and it's.
Well, he don't want to be controlled by Adidas, man.
Drive us with the bullshit. It ties in everybody. Same shit. He's talking about Hitler. That's crazy to be publicly making it look like you love Hitler.
That's going to be his downfall. That's going to be his downfall because you can't go over the top. Once he's going over the top, do I blame him for making his own sneakers and not relying on Adidas? Sure he can. He's got the resources and the money still to say, hey, I want to open up my own factory. I want to do this. I'm going to put you in charge. You're going to make the sneakers. He's got to get the right people to do that. He's not going to do it, but he's going to be able to get rid of Adidas. I don't blame him. And that is very good because I like to see that. I like to see communities, people, nationalities stick together. I wish the Italians did that. But he's turning around and saying, hey, I'm going to do this on my own. But you know what? I could tell, don't go over the top. Why are you bringing in all this controversy, asking Trump to be
about with fashion, Jimmy? And Ye is really, became a billionaire off his fashion, not his music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Off his music.
But bro, that's branding. Adidas came. What do you don't think Adidas didn't approach him? Hey, guess what? Hey, listen, they said, hey, come in here, design your own shit, and we're going to sell it, and you're going to become a billionaire from it. And that's the truth. I saw some of these sneakers and these shoes that he makes and stuff. I thought they were really cool looking, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I said, wow, those are nice. I'm not going to go off, even if I like Ye or I don't. It's the truth. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's the
I
thing
don't.
about
I don't.
fashion, and it's amazing. Like African Americans and Puerto Ricans and Spanish. We started this hip hop culture that's worth billions and billions of dollars now. Like, think about the fashion. Who took it to that next level? The Italians. Who took it to that level where a brand could be worth $1 billion fucking dollars?
It's amazing. No one would think. You would not think that somebody could do that. But again, here's a person who became famous, and I got to be honest with you. I
I'm
could
not talking about gay.
listen.
I'm talking about who took it to that level.
Well, this is
Who
what I'm
made
trying
that
to explain.
possibilities? Who started? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, no, it's no problem. You have this guy, this talent, Kanye West, who became an icon in the music hip hop industry. Did he become a millionaire from it? Absolutely. Did he become a billionaire from it? No. But here's the advantages of being that level. I'm at this level now. I'm selling out concerts, and you have these corporate guys going, wow, hey, Adidas, let's bring in Ye. Let's bring in Kanye. We want to talk to you. Listen, we want to brand you. We want to brand you in the fashion
I
business.
believe he was searching for that deal, and he approached them. I don't believe they were like, "Oh, bring in Kanye." They didn't know. They weren't that smart.
Well, even if they put it in his head, even he did put it in their head, and they did look at it to surface to do that.
This shit around. And you think Adidas was where he wanted to be? But look what he did with Adidas. He didn't want to be there. He approached all the motherfuckers, guaranteed.
I agree with you, but Mook,
made a lot of fucking money off of him.
Yeah, but Mook, you take the Kardashians. They really don't have talent. The mother made them do a sex tape to become famous. They became famous, and now they're doing all this stuff. And now because they became famous, the E Channel approached them. Next minute, they're on TV. They're getting offered hundreds of millions of dollars in concerts. And yeah, they come up with an idea. Hey, I want to make a bra. Kim, we're behind you 100%. Because it's Kim Kardashian, regardless of who she is. I can't stomach her.
Why you hate her so much? She didn't do
well
really.
Because
all
Mook,
she did was hustle and grind
Mook,
for her bread.
Mook, if a guy comes up or somebody comes up and makes themselves famous, like Elon Musk, doing it the hard way, sitting there in an office going like this, I got this $60 million from MoneyGram, and now what am I going to do? Am I going to just start Tesla or the SpaceX, or am I going to do both? He decided to do both, but he earned the money through hard work. Kim Kardashian became famous from doing a sex tape. No, I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
Well,
I'll respect the person.
You know how many other people did sex tapes and didn't go nowhere and are broke?
No, that's not true at all. It made her famous. And the mother knew that.
Saying that, but that's not accurate because she made.
That's very accurate.
Off a straight finesse in the system with her mom getting together with family. And
Luke, I disagree with you. Jenner's daughter, what's her name? One of the Jenner daughters, her cosmetic line makes more money than Kim, but she did it because she was already famous.
She created that whole legacy of people looking at that whole family.
Yeah, but bro, guess what?
If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't know about the Mark Furman connection and all that, and the lawyer, the guy that really, and that's what happened.
But Mook, guess what?
Either though.
Mook, she'd be working in a clothing store if she wasn't a Kardashian or a Jenner.
She's working around celebrities, learning the industry. Finessing shit.
No, she became famous. She became famous. She had the money and the wherewithal and the ability to do that because of being on a television show and because she was known and the world knows her and everybody's watching her. But if me and you did that, we ain't starting no cosmetic brand. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because we're not her. She the one that made
it that's happen. What I'm saying. So
her shit going.
But these people became famous from a sex tape. That's how they became famous, and that's the fact.
But what I'm saying is You said the television show. How did the television show come into existence? Shout out to James Hudson. Tell me,
Into whose husband?
how did the television show? How did we see the television show? Why would anybody be interested in it?
Well, because listen, Mook, it's not me and you watching the Kardashians. I never saw one episode, but
Yes,
it's
but what I'm
women.
saying is
It's
her
women.
finessing the game and fucking with these producers, whatever the hell she did, and she been politicking a lot, and she got in this real comfortable position to where she's
Yeah,
creating
but
a
she
whole
did it in a.
legacy for
But
everybody.
she didn't do it from talent and hard work. She didn't do it from talent and hard
I'm
work.
sorry,
That's where the
talent.
Mook. I
You're a talented.
became.
You play every instrument. You're very talented. You're an artist, all that. But there's a different kind of talent too. There's a talent of finesse.
No, Mook. Guess what?
There's a
The
talent of
mother, the
finesse.
mother sat there and told who was the guy that was in the sex tape with Kim Kardashian?
Ray J.
Ray J. Okay, Ray J regrets that to this day, and
Yeah,
Ray J said the
but that's
mother
what I'm saying
approached
about
him
finesse. And
and
she's a
gave him
billionaire
400.
now.
If you do this, we'll give you $400,000. The minute that sex tape came out, the E channel jumped all over this. This is going to be great. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to keep it up with the Kardashians. They became famous from television. Here's Jenner on the TV. Jenner turns into Caitlyn Jenner, and now the Jenner daughters, the two, they were young and they were this,
That's what
but
she
they
created.
already had a brand. They already had a name. So a cosmetic company, if they want to get involved in that, again, if they want to write a book, a publisher is going to come and a publishing editor is going to come right up to her. We're going to write your book. Yeah, just
I
because
just
you're
can't
Jenner.
jump on that thing of everybody's on hating Kim or whatever. You know, a lot of black females,
I
a
don't.
lot
I
of them.
don't
You know what
respect
I'm
her.
saying? But what I'm saying is, I look at the thing. I came from the gutter too, and I'm trying to get somewhere and be like, look, I came from nothing to something, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna show the people. But with her, it's like she did that, and she did it. Later, I've been analyzing it, and I've been thinking like, I gotta give it up to her. I got to give it up to her. I'm sorry.
Listen, again, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You give it up to her. Yeah, the mother had a brainstorm, and it really was the mother. It's not Kim. It's the mother
That's what I was
that
saying too.
enterprised this whole thing. And she knew that if we do this and we do that and we do this, I know you don't have any talent because you saw my movie making fun of the Kardashians because they really don't have any talent whatsoever.
There's
She
a
didn't
different
go
kind
out
of
and make the
talent.
bra. She didn't go out and
Different kind
make
of
her new.
talent, Jimmy. Like
What?
there, people are watching them faithfully. There's a different kind of talent. It ain't
No,
just
but
about
bro,
these
why are they watching
instruments.
them? Girls are getting ass injections so they have a big ass like Kim
Yeah,
Kardashian.
that's a talent.
Now Kim's turning around and say this ain't so fashionable. She wants to get an ass reduction. It's bullshit, Mike Mook. It's bullshit. They
That's
they
a
got
talent.
on and they became famous from a sex tape, and that's the truth.
Mhm.
Regardless of what their famous is, look, I'm Kim Kardashian now. I'm on each channel. I have hundreds of millions of dollars. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, you're an elastic manufacturer. Yeah, I'm looking to invent a bra, and I want to do this. Oh, Kim, we're gonna jump all over this. That's why they're selling to this famous Italian store. If I go in with my goods, or me and you sit there in a sweatshop and we bust our ass and come up with something, we're not going to go to these big clothing stores. They're going to
Yeah,
look at
and
it.
that's why
How do I
you're not gonna
brand you?
make the money like a
We're not going to
fucking
make money. How
jackass.
can we make money with you? You're an unknown. Oh, you
We
make
should go.
amazing products.
Why
They don't
should
give a shit
why
about that
wouldn't we go? What do you mean? Why wouldn't we go?
because when Mook, it takes you have to be able. Again, Versace took years before Versace
We
became
know that.
famous.
Yep. It's so hard to
But
do what
he didn't
Kanye
get it
did.
by doing a sex tape. He got
Yes,
it by busting his ass, looking at goods, sewing pants. Hey, listen, this is different. This is the clothing I want. No, I don't like that. Okay, and then they'll spend $5,000 on these material. Oh, that's no good. And then they'll spend another thousand, and then they're going to go borrow money, and they're going to bust their ass sewing and knitting and designing and working on drawing paper, and they're sitting there creating something. Like
Mhm.
Elon Musk started from nothing. And then he grew, he worked his ass off. Those are the people I respect. I do not respect a bitch that got on a sex tape and became famous with her fat fucking ass and her fat fucking lips.
But
I'm
that's
sorry.
because all
I
you're
think
thinking about is that sex tape, and you're not thinking about the finessing
no.
and maneuvering she did to get where she
I'm
at.
looking at the
Now,
profound reason of why she became famous. That's why she became famous. Because guess what? Even though her father was not was her an advisor lawyer to O.J. Simpson in his case, and that's her daughter. But the wife knew. The wife knew with that. If I go, that's what's his name? God, that's Kim Kardashian is the daughter of the father that was handling O.J. Simpson. How do you think all this gets created? Mook, why do you think these people, the Parkland shootings, are killing all these kids? They're morticizing themselves.
I don't know
It
why the
good,
freaks are killing everybody. I
yeah,
can't
but
explain
no, what
why.
I'm using that as a metaphor of saying how people become famous. Controversy causes fame. So here's a woman, no matter how you look at it, if Kim Kardashian never did that video, if she never did that sex tape, there would be no E channel, there would be no her doing bras and fashion, and there would every single woman I talk because my daughter, I took her for a Botox thing. She wanted to get Botox. Do you know what that Botox surgeon said? Every woman that walked in there said, I want an ass like Kim Kardashian. A girl I dated who have a beautiful body now ruined herself. You know what? She goes, no, I think that's very fashionable.
Yeah, but her
I
ass
said,
is
sweetheart, it's not. You
great.
have a
What do
beautiful
you
ass.
mean?
What are you going to change your ass into this white big balloon? I mean, it looks like she's walking. She's got to hold the door open and pass to 3 feet so the door don't hit her in the ass on the way out. I mean,
No, it's not
seriously.
that big. Now,
Yes, it
look,
is that big, bro,
even we
and you
talk about
know
the
it.
high end brands, but even since H&M put this thing out, and the black kid, he's wearing a sweater that says "I'm the best monkey in the whatever." Now, this
Bro,
is
is that
not a
right?
high end
I'm
thing, but
sorry.
since
Do you
they
think
put
that's
this
right?
out, they've been a little more. I think their status went up a little more with certain people and stuff. And their stores, I've been looking at the stores. The stores been a little more packed. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
I'll say
but
that.
And
I'm
M,
serious.
but
Like, look
H
into
and
that.
M,
Bullshit, yo.
but
They
bro,
raised their
guess what?
prices since that too. I bet. I guarantee.
I, Mook, I'm not knocking that, but H&M is also a clothing store that buys product. They don't make product. You know, so they're going to companies saying, "Hey, I like that
I
idea."
don't give a
That's
fuck.
going to
There's
bring a
still
lot of
one boss
controversy.
and one. There's somebody over and controlling the shit that's coming out. Now, they wanted controversy because you wouldn't put that on a black kid. Say, I'm the best monkey in the goddamn
Yeah,
whatever.
that's fucked up,
You
man.
know
I'm
what I
sorry,
mean?
that's fucked up.
And really, other people won't understand that. Really, what are you talking about? Monkey? Yeah, okay. Yeah. But
Well,
honestly, that's what
monkey
we
towards a
call
black
us
man is
monkey.
monkey towards a black man is a very derogatory
Yeah,
statement because
that's crazy.
these bigots, these white bigots in this country, you monkey, you gorilla, you
Yep.
eggplant, you all this crazy shit.
Yep.
So
That was big
what are they
number
going to
one
wear?
thing.
I'm the eggplant of the crew. I'm the eggplant of the crew.
Because
That is
eggplant
not.
meaning moulignon. I mean moulignon mean eggplant. Mouli is
Yeah,
the eggplant. Black
yeah,
fuck.
yeah. Best Moulian grown here. Like what's coming next? Me and
So
my Moulianis. I don't get it. You,
eggplants. Now since they put out this image, I feel like
I,
they
I
started
don't mean to
getting
laugh. I'm
info
not
out.
laughing, but we're laughing at the situation of the shirt.
Yeah, their status went up since they put that out. I'm telling
Of
you,
course, bro. Of course, of course.
it's amazing.
Couture came out with a T-shirt, and he put this big cross right down to the bottom of the shirt. And honestly, I love couture clothing, but it kind of washed its way out.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way music changes, brands change, everything changes. If you're not able to adapt to what's going on, again, we have a lot of freedom in this country now. Things are like, again, we do have the bigots, which we are going to have a major problem in the next year or two, and Kanye and Fuentes and all these people are going to be the cause of it. And I think the movement with all this nonsense, like what do you call it? White Lives Matter and all this. He's doing this because Kanye said, if I can get them on my side,
He might have.
because there's such a small group of the black community, I need this community to get myself. Wow. So he did that. And is that smart? Is that smart of him? Yes. Yes. If I say he might, I don't think Kanye is a Hitler lover. I don't think Kanye is a Nazi. But if he says I'm a Nazi, then he says, yeah, I love Hitler. Look at all the white supremacist bigot bastards that come. They're against blacks now. All of a sudden, oh, Kanye, man, we're with him 100%. This is awesome.
And think about what they did to him and how they attacked him, like with all his businesses and all his money, because of something he said about them verbally. They attacked him and attacked him badly, fucked him up, tried to. Now, any other culture, like say somebody else do it, if there was a term, the phrase you against that people that fucked you over, you would say it. Or like, the gangs, for instance, now I'm a Crip, fuck them. The Bloods did me dirty. They did all this to me. I'm a Crip. Now, but right. Why is it so offensive? I understand, the Holocaust was a terrible thing. It was fucked up bad, you know what I mean? And nobody ever wanted that to happen. That was real fucked up.
Hey, Mook, I want to tell you something. The war in the Ukraine was because the Nazis were so bad to the Russians that Putin put in the soldiers' minds that we have to kill the Nazis. And Russia they were raping women. That's why when Russia invaded Germany, they were killing and raping and doing the same thing. That's why they became so hostile. That's why they were raping 8-year-old girls. If you want to know something about the Holocaust, they were throwing people in ovens while they're still alive, strapped down to a table. Yeah, think about that.
But slavery, and we could go into that. That's a whole other show. But Holocaust was terrible. And and that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about how Kanye said that bullshit, that dumb shit, and people are taking it though and making it bigger than what it really is. Besides,
that I agree with you. That I agree with you. But Kanye wasn't doing it. He don't give a shit what they think. He wants the white supremacists. He wants those because guess what? He saw what happened on January 6th. And yes, Ye is an eccentric, wacky person, but he's also very intelligent. Most intelligent people.
Bigger there, yeah.
Yeah, most intelligent people are very eccentric and wacky. I'm gonna admit it. I'm eccentric. I'm wacky. I'm nuts. But you know what? I wouldn't be a creative person, and I wouldn't have a company down here offer me $150,000 job to be their lead designer if I didn't work my ass off. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. I came down here in a week and I got offered like 18 jobs.
Nah,
and now, yeah, but Mook, that's how it works. That's how it works. Then you take care of your friends. And of course, hey, listen, we need guys on the field. I got my buddy. Bring my buddy in, And then while I get my license, what do you think? I'm going to sit there and make Mooka work for me and make you? No, I'm going to give you a piece of the business.
That's smart.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you a piece of the business because I can rely on you. And you're not a drunkie and an alkie, and you're not going to go running fishing. I get it.
You think Kanye smart to be compared with these guys that we mentioned? We're mentioning Gucci, Versace, Louis. Like, you think with his brand, do you think that has to do with his brand, all the stupid shit he's saying and the controversy and how much because it's amazing. It's so simple. I think I really feel like, that's crazy. Even it goes back with the Kim Kardashian shit. Like, wow. And that's how you're saying that's how dumb we are as humans.
Well, I want to tell you something. I can't say that Kanye or compare him to his ex-wife because Kanye West is a talent, and he did become famous from studying and singing, and he really has a very beautiful rhyme about him when he raps. I have to be honest with you. He's very fashionable, and I can't listen. Like even Snoop Dogg says, "What the hell's with these new rappers?" You know, and he's right because I
No,
thought
but
Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg is excellent. I think Kanye
yeah,
West
you
is.
say Kim is not talented, but she is because
Who's that,
she was able to Kim Kardashian. She was
bro?
able to get where she is. But what I'm
Bro,
saying
no,
is,
no, 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 no. Again, I'm going to tell you, she is not talented. She has the right people around her, and she knew how to bring the right people in. But she only became famous because of that sex tape. And guess what? You know what you would be hearing from Kim?
what
Hi, sir. Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Do you want extra large fries and an extra
not
large
really.
drink?
Her dad
That's
was
about as much talent as she
and
has.
her dad died and left her with bread. So
I would like somebody to prove me wrong that Kim did not get famous from doing a sex tape. That's how she became famous, you know? I don't care what anybody says. I believe in the true troopers. Kanye West, I will not discriminate against him. I think he's a great talent
oh,
musically.
you voting for him?
Well, when guess what? I was driving down here today, and I don't know what station it was, Mook. A Kanye West song came on, and I got to tell you, I didn't turn it off. I said, "Holy shit, man!" It was really no, but it's an awesome song, and he sounded pleasant to listen to. You know, he's not whining. You can hear his voice, and his pronunciation is beautiful, and it's what I would say romantic. But he busted his ass. He was in London with that producer, sitting there wearing a white T-shirt, hoping that he could make it, and he made it because of his talent. Can't take that away from him. He had the ability to brand himself, make sneakers, because he elevated himself to this level where these people can find it fashionable to do business with him. You're not going to come off the streets. They knock the leash. I mean, it just takes time, but you're not putting in your time. Kim Kardashian didn't put in no time to become famous. Honey, I know I'm your mommy, but I want you to take your clothes off. I want you to get screwed real good. And we're going to get Ray J. I'm going to pay him. We're going to make a sex tape, honey. I know it might be bad. Okay. Yeah. I don't see my wife telling my daughter to do anything like that for the sake of money. But she knew the real smart one is Kim's mother. She is the entity of all of them. Kim, do this. Kim, do that. No, you're going to do this. Marry him. That's how influential that woman is over all those girls. The minute you become famous, Jenner's daughter, even Caitlyn Jenner said the same thing. He goes, they were able to take my daughter and let her make millions because they had something they can brand. And again, even, you know, if you look at any subject or anything, the minute you cause controversy, that will happen. And you will get great success from controversy. And that's what they're doing. We're talking about it. We're talking about the clothes with the, you know, the monkey on the shirt. That, to me, that's hideous. Mm-hmm. I think it's a disgrace.
But why would you say Trump's daughter don't like Trump no more? Why would you say that? What evidence do you have?
Okay, well, here, do you know what's going on in New York?
No.
Okay, I was with a MAGA moron, a magatard, I call them, magatards. I was with a magatard last night, and he starts saying to me, as I'm trying to explain this to him, his daughter loves him, she's going to be... I said, no. I said, and first of all, what got me mad was I'm not getting off the subject, but it's like Trump saying he doesn't know anybody. Oh, I can't come up with him. Of course he can't come up with him because he's keeping himself from getting discriminated. Right now, he wants to change the constitutional law, and to this day, he still thinks that there was voter fraud where there wasn't, and he wants the Constitution changed so he can get back in office. This is how sick this bastard is.
A lot of people want that too, mind you.
Well, Luke, guess what? We have to learn to do what the French do. Okay. I was going to the Cannes Film Festival. My flight was delayed to go to Cannes from Paris. So I said, okay, no problem. The company paid for me to go to a hotel. I'm in the cab. We had to stop short. I'm talking about traffic for miles and miles. 600,000 people sat in the fucking street. and the government changed the law the very next day. All the people got up peacefully and everything went back to business. If we don't like something in this Constitution, that doesn't mean we go and invade and start having police officers and people dying and getting shot and killed and
And
breaking
you don't
windows
believe in the
down.
people? Because I think a lot of people are going to be voting. And shout out to my boy ESC87. He said, I'm voting for Trump. Democratic Party are no better. That's what he said.
Okay, ask him this. Why does he, what good does he think Trump did?
Tap in with us, but go ahead. What's
Can,
you saying?
can we ask him why he thinks Trump, he can vote for whoever he wants to, that's his prerogative, but why is he on the Trump bandwagon? What did Trump do to anybody?
He was transparent. First of all, you never get that. But
transparent about what?
I think everything. Except his taxes.
No, he wasn't transparent about anything. What he did was create hostility and make you think that there was voter fraud when there wasn't, and make you hate the media when there was no reason to hate the media. Again, there's generalizations and everything. We can't get into complete detail when the media tell a story. Do they tell everything? Are all media people good? Absolutely not. But I need a direct answer because I ask these people all the time, they don't. What did Trump do? But what did Trump do for us that you want to vote for him again? Trump's not even going to be on the ticket anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
He's not?
No.
Why not?
Well, first of all, the Republican Party is pulling away from him. All his lawyers are pulling away from him. All the people that were behind him are starting to leave. The people that he was backing up in Arizona, Lake, lost because of Trump. Herschel Walker was discriminated against because of Trump. Every one of the people that he was going to, especially in Pennsylvania, he was backing Oz, they lost. You know why? Because of Trump. So, no, he's losing.
Come across very passionate about the situation.
Well, Mook, people are not stupid. And I can't say that all the people in this country. Do we have a lot of stupid idiots in this country? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody that think there was voter fraud is a moron. A moron. And I want them to hear that, and I want them to know that.
People, Jimmy, on the platform, calling them morons and stuff. Come on.
What's that?
You're offending people right now, calling them morons because they want to vote.
Well, you know what? Hey,
yeah,
look.
please tap in if you want to. I sent the link to you.
Okay, listen, you know what? I'll apologize, but I'm not saying anything against a person. But yes, there are people that are not smart in this country. And they look at what somebody says, and I'm sorry, that's the truth, because Bill Maher does it on his show all the time. Yes, there's stupid people in this country. So let me refrain the word from moron to stupid, because they are stupid. Where do you get your information from? Well, I got it on Facebook and Twitter. So Jimmy, somebody said that.
Debating though, huh?
What?
Debating. You don't want to debate. Have somebody have a different opinion.
Listen, but again, Mook, I want to tell you something. This guy says I'm voting for Trump, but don't you have an ideology or a reason for voting for Trump? They have no answer. Nobody ever says, well, Trump did this, Trump did that. I can tell you all the things that Trump did. Absolutely nothing but separate this country. The reason why.
Good that he did. He definitely did a couple things.
Well, no, he's an insurrectionist. He created January 6th. He told everybody, I'm going to march with you. We're going right down to the Capitol. He's a sore loser. He can't believe. He also said on a tape to Williamson, I can't believe I lost to this idiot. That's what he said. I can't believe I lost to this idiot. Can you believe I lost to this fucking guy? That's what he said.
We're gonna keep it respectful. Don't be scared. But
Jimmy, please, can somebody?
I like when Jimmy talk about Trump. I learn a lot every time, and I like when.
Well, here's another thing that Trump did. Trump played out of the Hitler playbook in Mein Kampf. What he did was, if Hitler knew, if I have a strong state, and he lost the first time if he elected, as everybody knows, in 1932. And what happened with Hitler? He said, "Damn it, that's what I got to do. I have to separate the state. I have to make it weaker. if I keep it strong. And that's what happened with Russia, with Putin, because Biden, everybody, oh, the Democrats, this. Guess what? A guy doesn't come in office and take the flow of a negative economy and get blamed for it. They did that to Obama when Bush, there was Halliburton and millions of dollars. Obama took 2/3 of our what the heck, I can't even think of the word, of our deficit, and reduced it. And if they listened to Obama and most of the things he would have done, we would have had surplus like Clinton. It's the Democrats that have saved this country.
But
So
don't you agree
again,
that instead of taking negative snarl reactions like Trump did, you agree that it's better to listen to the other person and give your
well,
opinion,
Luke, this
speak.
country likes controversy. Trump knew that. But Trump knew he learned from Hitler because Hitler said, oh man, I know what I did. The Communist Party was too strong. What did he do? He did like they did when the unions were, when they were taking control and building the unions in that country. They separated and weakened all the structure of these companies till they got in, and now they had no choice but to work with them. So Trump did that. He all of a sudden you see all the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, all these. Some of my friends are saying, "Where did these people come from?" Ask Trump.
So you're
Trump,
saying Trump created the Proud Boys?
of, bro, he brought them out. Did you see the debate with Biden? They asked him, Mook, listen to what I'm about to say. It was, and it's not, I'm making this up. He was on television. He went like this. Wallace, Donald Trump,
Shout to my boy. Yes.
are you going against are you declaiming the Proud Boys and these white supremacists? He didn't say nothing. You know what he said?
But what would you
Stand
say
by,
as a
stand
leader if
down.
people are
He
riding for
said,
you?
stand by, stand
If
down,
you're a smart
stand by,
person
stand down.
and you
He
know
is
people
the
are riding for
creator
you,
of the separation of this country and has caused discrimination. You have people actually saying that there was, oh, those were fake flags. They were holding Trump. That was Antifa. That was Black Lives Matter. There was no Black Lives Matter there. There was no black people. Not one black person was there except for the police that did an amazing job to keep everybody from getting killed because they would have hung Pence and they would have
okay, but
killed.
what's your main issue? What's going on? Now we getting like with
I
Trump.
understand. I
Hold up.
understand his.
Yes, Steve, go ahead. Let's.
He's very. I understand your stance, Jimmy. I feel
And
your
I know
emotion.
ESC like you, Jimmy. So let's not get it messy.
Yeah,
No,
Be
no, bro.
selfish.
Listen. We all have our opinion, but I don't go by opinion. I go by facts, sir. Trump
and that's the
again.
same thing I say. I say I take my personal opinions out and I let the facts speak for itself. Right?
Okay,
That
so
that's what I
are
do.
you a Trump supporter?
I'm a Trump supporter.
What did Trump do for you?
It's not necessarily
No, no, no,
firsthand.
no. If you support Trump,
Jimmy, let him
no, but
finish,
wait. I
and
want to ask
then
you a question. I want to ask you a question before you get into that. I want to hear a solid answer from you. What Trump did for you that you believe in him
Okay, now
and to
listen.
become a president?
Respectfully, I can't tell you how to answer. You can't tell me how to answer. All I can do is initiate a question, and then we can go from there.
Again, you're not answering my question. I'm asking you a question decently. You can't give me an answer. And
I
that's all
started.
Trump
I start.
supporters.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna start to, but just let me land my plane, right? Now,
Yeah.
personally, from what I've seen and from following politics, I don't have the list in the sheet to go down it, but for the most part, I know he helped veterans, he helped older people, right? Now, based off what his country was with veterans and old people, we were in a dire state, and for him
yeah,
to
it was
come out and do that,
disgusting the way we treated,
Can I tell you
our white.
something? This is from a man telling you that he helped veterans. I want to let you know something. Trump did nothing for veterans and older people. Okay. He wants to take away social services. And he also took money from the elderly people and the military to build a wall.
All
That's
right,
what he
let's give
did.
him 5 minutes to finish what he's
No,
saying.
I understand. But he finished and I answered that reply. It's
Nah,
not true at all.
he wasn't done.
Okay.
all right, now, personally, the economy was boosted. He helped
Uh-oh.
veterans.
Okay.
Now listen, one thing
Yeah.
I respect about Trump is that he's transparent. What we got tired of is these politicians lying, right? Now the fact that you're right about he's the whole Proud
Yeah,
Proud
that's
Boys.
a big point. It's
He was
disgusting.
proud about. See, Jimmy, you're right about that. But one thing you're wrong about is if you think the Proud Boys aren't backing every party. For once, we all know the history that Democrats were Republicans and Republicans were Democrats initially, right?
As
Okay.
far as the ideals, yeah. As far as
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
yeah. So personally, Biden was a part of the super predator pack back in the '90s, along with Hillary, along with Bill. Any Democrat president that we ever had sold us out. Out. They completely sold us out. Now, one thing I respect about Trump, if he, regardless of what he says, that's defamatory, he's giving it to you straight at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. One thing I don't like is people like Joel Osteen who say what we want to hear, smile, and then don't produce the results.
when you done, let us know where you landed so Jimmy could rebuttal and we could get into this
Okay,
discussion.
now, but I understand where Jimmy's coming from. But if the country felt like how he did, he wouldn't have won so fast. North Carolina turned red fast. All these states turned red fast. Biden had more of a fight than what Trump did. We love politicians who are transparent. See, even if you are racist, I'd rather you say it so I know what I'm dealing against. Biden strikes me the type that say he's not, smile, and then behind
He
closed
really is.
doors, he's doing his
I,
thing. I ain't gonna be
I,
long winded. Let Jimmy go ahead.
I hear you.
Biden is not a racist at all.
No,
First
I
of
didn't say
all,
he
I want
was.
to no,
He,
but you said that
he
Trump
comes
isn't.
across as one.
Trump. Let me
Him.
explain something to you about Trump. First of all, Trump walked into an amazing economy. He had nothing to do with the economy. First of all. Second of all, he created a COVID disaster by telling people and being with his ignorance, which caused this country its collapse right now. This is all Trump's fault. It's not Biden's fault. But okay, you're shaking your head, and I want to
No,
tell you
no, no,
why.
Jimmy. He can shake his head. He's not interrupting you though.
No, but I
Don't
know
come
that. But I
after
want to
you,
tell you
and then
something.
we're gonna get into another subject because we.
Obama had the second best economy in the United States before he left office after his 8 years. Second of all, it was Democrats that saved us from Republicans. Here's the truth. When Reagan got out, and Papa Bush got in, our economy was at its worst and its highest rating of 21 to 28% on credit cards. Second of all, when Clinton came in, he demolished all of that, got rid of our debt, and wanted to give everybody $2,500. That means you, Mook, and me. Everybody gets a $2,500 check. It was the Republican Party that said, you ain't giving nobody no money. We're taking this money for our resource. It also was the Republicans that control the gas and all of our resources that are supplied to this country. Second of all, we can't pump our own oil because it costs this country too much money. That's why we buy 3/4 of our oil from other countries. Nobody realizes that. The Republican Party was grateful for that because I'm going to ask you another thing. Did you know that Jared Kushner took $650 million in the concession money from COVID? Did you know that Trump created the COVID disaster so they can take that money? No, Trump is no good for anybody, my friend. And you know what bothers me? Do you know Dr. Dyson? You know Dr. Dyson from the University of Georgia? Okay. He's one of the
Eric
greatest
Dyson.
people. And I read 5 of his books. If you read about this man, Biden and Obama put him in to help the black people. Trump took credit for that. He did nothing for the veterans. He took away a lot of the money from the vets because my father is a vet. And when Trump was in office, it was harder for him to get anything out of the veteran hospital. I want to let you know something. Since Biden got in, they gave my father $500,000. They took his tax structure away from his house. This was all because of Biden. Biden is doing more for veterans and little kids than any other president in the history. We have an unemployment rate at its lowest rate than any other president. When Trump got in, oh, look at our economy. Nobody gave one of the greatest presidents in this country, Obama, any credit for fixing that problem. Okay, you know what? Guess what?
Jimmy,
I agree with
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
Did
look.
you ever
Let me
meet Trump,
respond. Let me
brother?
respond to two things. Let me respond to two things you said. Right
Okay,
now, no president messes up the country that quick. Now, they all inherit the same problems that the last president left. Now, there's no
absolutely.
way. There's no way Obama could have been in there for 8 years. Trump get in there for 4, and then he messed it up even worse. Now, let me get to this point. Trump, what he did was tell America what Obama was doing with the country with China. He said, what was he doing? Selling the whole country away. Now that we look at it, we even though we have been in debt, this man is Barack. What he did was for gay people, and I have no problem with them. I have no problem with him. He helped gays out, and he helped Asian communities. He didn't do nothing specifically for Democrats, but cell phones and Obamacare, right? He was selling the country out to Rocket Man. Point blank period. No other president came into the office and told us what the last president was doing with our funds and
That's
dealings.
true,
And
though. That's true.
he came out and said that look what he's doing to Rocket Man. And we
My
Obama
man,
so
it's a
go ahead.
lie. It's a lie, bro.
That's
It's a
not a lie,
lie.
Jimmy. That's not a
Yeah,
lie. You
my
have
man, guess what?
that's
You
not a
know what?
lie.
We all see it. It's
Why
evident.
does Trump cry wolf? Why does Trump cry wolf? Every
About what?
time somebody is discriminating against him, he goes, how come you're not going after Obama? Because guess what? There was nothing to go after Obama. You know, we should be
Have you seen the Obama deception?
what?
Have you seen the Obama deception?
As far as what?
Man, what's
What's this?
that?
I want you to go look up. It's a Have you heard of Zeitgeist, right?
Yeah,
They did a thing like Zeitgeist on Obama called the Obama deception. You have to go
yeah.
check it out, Jimmy. You have to check
Yeah,
it
I
out,
know,
Jimmy.
but bro, guess what? That's feeds that are giving you information to make you think the way you're thinking.
Okay, okay. Now let me get to your point. What you
Exactly.
said about Trump, right? What you're
Right,
naming for
right.
what you naming for what Biden did, he did 10 times worse in the 90s as far as the communities that he broke up with those laws he got passed. It's going to take him another 55 years to correct the wrongs that he did as far as the super predator bill, the super PAC. He knew what he was doing. He been in office for 50 plus years, and this is the first time you ever. I get what you're saying, Jimmy, but because I was on your end for the longest. But then I feel like Democrats have to listen. We can't say Biden is the savior and Trump is the devil because they both are the lesser of the two evils. Nobody
My
is more
man,
pristine and angelic.
all politics sucks. I'm a moderate, bro.
Right, right.
Between me and you, I'm a moderate. I don't believe in any of them. But we also, okay, we have to do things in a civil manner. We don't go as the president of the United States say, I'm going to march with you to the Capitol and we're going to take over this country. We are a democracy. If us as
No,
people, well, wait a minute, let me finish. If we are a democracy, then us are the people, we the people should do and learn from the French. We have not learned that yet. You know what? Let's go tear. We got assholes in this country. Tear down the building, break the window. You know what? Again, I was in France. My flight got laid over from going to Cannes, the film festival. So I'm waiting, and I'm like the cab guy. What's going on? What is this traffic? Oh, the people are protesting. Protesting. I don't hear nothing. You know what they did? They calmly sat in the street. Now, I bet you if Trump was a decent person, which he's not, he hates black people, he hates Jews, guaranteed. Can't stand them. You know why? I know him personally, and I've been on his buildings and I work with the guy. If you heard the shit that came out of his mouth when he did the building and beat everybody out of money, he's a crook. You would not feel the same
well,
way.
I'm gonna say
And
this,
second of
Jimmy. I'm gonna
all,
say this. Okay, go ahead.
why didn't Trump, if he was a decent person, he's a narcissistic, malicious piece of shit, if he turned around and said, everybody, let us peacefully block the Capitol off so they give us the answers. And how do you go around? Oh, there's fraud. There's fraud. Hitler did that. When he lost his first election, he did in the second.
I don't want to give him Hitler turn. I get where you're coming from. That he has incited. See, but this is the thing, Jimmy. Did he incite things in America, or did he wake up what was already active in this
No,
country?
no,
I don't personally
you
think
don't.
I don't think he created anything what was already there. I personally think they saw a dude who back what they thought what he was for, and they ran with it. He didn't create nothing that wasn't already here in this country.
Bro, did you know? Do you know about Moldova and Croatia? Do you know about these? You know these
Listen,
countries? No, but I'm trying to explain to you. Those presidents did the same thing Trump did. You know what? That's why their economy is in a disaster. That's why.
Are you saying Biden is the cream of the crop and Trump is
No,
trash?
no, bro. Guess
Okay.
what? I don't like Biden.
But this is the
I
thing
didn't
though.
say I like Biden, but I
I
want
need
to
to
tell
hear
you
you.
something. He's
But I need
not.
to hear you. I need to hear you come out and denounce what
Well, I'm trying to
Biden
explain
done.
to you. I'm trying to explain to you that you're looking at things. Oh, you're hearing this mouth of a moron say, and I'm sorry again, idiot, because that's what he is. He talks like an 8-year-old child. Look at the economy now with Biden. Our economy was tipping down. Hey,
Nah.
bro, guess what? The reason why we have problems in when you go to Costco and Home Depot and Lowe's, why the economy is so expensive, because the COVID situation that he shut down purposely. Hey, listen, they went like this, bro, and this is a true fact. They all robbed Biden, Trump, all of them. You have a guy that was rubbing his hands and they're going like this. We're going to make millions off of this. If you listen to Senator Rich, he's a Republican. He said, we're going to make millions off of this because we got a Democratic president.
Okay. Then
We're
let
going
me
to jump up the price of oil. We're going to jump up the price of gas. Biden has nothing or no control over that situation. The only thing he can do is fight Big Pharma, fight these
Yeah, but this the
companies with their
thing, Jimmy. You
product.
can't be biased though. We have to hear you say the same things you say about Trump. You have to find and say some things about Biden too. But
Well, I am
when it
telling you
comes to you
about
talking,
Biden.
no, what I'm saying is you say Trump is this. You're throwing insults out, but Biden
Yeah,
is just
no,
as
those
bad.
are
But
not insults, they're
we don't hear
truths.
the insult. Okay, but we got to hear the same thing. You can't be biased. You can't
I'm
act
not
like
being
Biden.
biased.
Okay, so let's hear.
Well, we didn't get to Biden. If you're asking me about Biden now, I'll tell you
No,
right
no.
now.
What I'm doing is I'm being subjective as far as saying Biden got shit with him, Trump got shit with him, but I'm not about to gloat Biden and then gloat Trump and then put Biden down. They both
Well,
are, but when we're talking politics and systems, I personally think Trump has a better system. And it's not just me. Look at how fast he became the president. If everybody felt the way you felt, why did he become president?
my man, listen,
So you trying to
when
say
you
everybody
have
is dumb and you're the one with
yeah,
the
but
answers?
no, when you have people that are not as open and shooting their mouth off with insults, because that's what he was doing. It was all the debates. He was shooting insults. You couldn't do this if you wanted to, and you did this, and he's putting thought. Okay, and this is why it's called Hitler syndrome. He puts this thought process in your mind for you to think this way. Trump is better. Trump's got it
Okay,
right.
okay. Well, let
No,
me say this, Jimmy. Let me say this, Jimmy. The people who put him in office are the people who run. So the same things that Trump was saying and standing on is what this country is founded on, right? The whole
as
from the
far as
racist
what?
stuff, to the business practices, right? That's who they want to be in there because of that.
That's true.
He reflects American culture.
That's
So
true.
you're trying to
No,
make him out to be
he
somebody.
reflected white America and the supremacists, which I want to let you know something. There's 12 million Jews in the United States. There's less at black population, which are uncontrollable in this country. But there's 178 million white supremacists in this country, which you will never get rid of.
Oh,
Trump,
and you know why? And you know why? Because they are covert. They are That's why I respect Trump. The way if he says something racist about a particular race, we know that's how he feels. But
but
majority
he
of the
didn't
culture,
discriminate against anybody.
no, no. But
He,
what I'm saying is he said derogatory things. But what I'm saying is these same people who are just as racist or even more won't say nothing derogatory. They'll smile in your face and make you think they're with you, right? But we got too many examples of the
And
Democratic
Jimmy,
Party.
and that's what real people appreciate about him, honestly. And we appreciate all the trouble he in, all the so-called trouble he in,
And
and
then
all of
ask this:
that. And
has
we appreciate
Biden?
how he talk because we feel like it's transparent. Not me, I'm not a Trumper, but I could see why Trumpers are Trumpers now. I'm starting to see it. You feel me?
well, can I
And
tell you something? Let me tell you something. He wants to break up NATO, which would be an absolute disaster, and that's why he
Jimmy,
thought
NATO is a crook.
putting
NATO is crook.
he looks he bro he wants to be a dictator. He does not want to
Okay.
have a
Let me say this.
democracy.
Let me say this, Jimmy. We don't live in a democracy. This is a capitalist. This is a capitalist, what socialist society. This is not democratic at all. They make you. They dress
I'm
it
not
up as.
disagreeing with you to that point, but
Okay. Okay.
may I say a
So
point?
go ahead.
Trump is for the rich. Okay, I have a corp. You have a corporation. You have a
Yeah.
company. Okay,
LLC.
what's your company?
It's recycling. Collect recycling.
Okay,
nice.
then you're going to listen to what I'm about to say. And if you deny this, then it's not true. Trump, I'm going to lower everybody's taxes. Yeah, see Trump, see what he's doing for us. But then I'm telling my accountant, well, wait a minute. How come I'm paying 25 more percent? Okay, I'm going to tell you why. This is what Trump did. Well, he took all your write-offs away. Second of all, okay, you know what? China, and this is a moron, the idiots in this country. I'm going to make China pay a tariff. Okay, China, you're paying a 25% tariff. You know what China did? Okay, I'm raising the price 25%. Do you know because of Trump, now Lowe's, Home Depot, all the hardware stores, True Value stores buy their stuff and material from China. You know why? Because now Obama made all these corporations that he brought in and tax structured it, and it's
That's not
Obama that.
true. That's not
Nope,
true.
that's
Okay,
very true, bro.
now let me
That's very
let me
true.
touch
And
into your
now
point. Don't be
Lowe's,
elongated. Hold
You
on.
cut him
Don't be
off, though,
elongated.
ESP.
my man. I know friends in the corporate office of Home Depot.
Jimmy,
They
let me
told
make
me
a
we
point though,
cannot
man.
buy from American companies anymore that are completely out of business. Everything we buy is from China because they can't keep up. They would have to raise that 25%. Trump
No,
has
okay,
done nothing for us but the rich. He's
All right,
helped the rich.
okay. Let me expound on your point. The reason why that is because it's less money to manufacture your product across seas. Anybody who build and manufacture stuff, take it. It's $6 to do it here. You go over to China, it's 50 cents. It's the cost of business. That's why. But what Trump did was say anybody who has a business, a corporation cross seas, we're going to tax you also. We're going to tax you just as much.
My
So
man,
you can't have corporations over there. And see, this is another thing, Jimmy. You got to really realize you can't disagree with everybody, and people see points in you. And when it comes time to you listening, you can't see no points in what nobody's saying.
No, we're not
no,
critiquing each
no,
other over
I'm not,
here.
bro. You
But
have your
look,
point, you
let's
have
just
your
get to our
opinion, but
point.
I
Now
talk
let's just
to.
be reasonable. Let's be reasonable.
No, my
Like I
man, it's
said,
not
we
about being reasonable. I'm about facts and
We're not
truth.
changing this into nothing else. Let's
no no
get
But
no 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 no. I'm not saying that.
Obama,
I'm not saying
I
that.
want to let you know, Obama in Illinois had 14 factories closed down the minute Trump got elected. That Obama put in place, and guess what? No taxes, no refinement. They were getting the steel from this country, and they weren't buying anything from China, and they were competing with China. And so I want to let you know it's not true. Right now, Lowe's and Home Depot, 90% of their products they buy are from China. When Obama was in office, it was 85% of the structured material came from America because, yes, there's a problem in this country because it costs too much money, but Obama solved that. Trump
We
took that
he
all away.
didn't. He didn't solve it because we still don't have no manufacturing power the way. If he solved it, we would still be able to point to America and
Well,
see.
bro, we were doing that until Trump got in office.
Well, no,
yeah,
We
it
were
but
don't
you
doing
work
said
that.
like
he
that. It
solved
don't work like that. What I'm saying is, if that was the case, we would say Texas produces this, Iowa produces this state produces this per se. We can't see that everything else is still across seas. Everything is still across seas. And
Um,
what I'm saying is, you say a lot of negative stuff about Trump and you praise Biden. Now, any sane person is
wait,
gonna look
whoa,
and
who said I praised Biden? That's not
okay.
true.
Oh, let me
I
get to
never
my
said
point.
that. No, but don't
What
put words in my mouth, bro. I never said
let
that.
me get
I
to my
never praised
point. What I'm
What
Biden.
you
saying
doing,
is
man, Jimmy? Yeah.
what I'm saying. What I'm
He's
saying
gonna be
is
talking about me too, because you
what I'm
know,
saying is when
I've been
you
trying to
mention
pass the
Trump,
truth.
when you mention Trump, you start cursing and saying he's a
Yeah,
jackass.
because he's evil. I know the
Okay, but
guy.
this is
I
what
know
I'm
him
saying.
personally. I
Well,
met
this is what
him.
I'm saying. Trump is the same. I mean, Biden is the same thing, but we don't hear that.
I don't know,
My
because
man,
See,
are you
see what
telling
I'm
me
saying?
Biden
about
stole the money
integrity.
that Trump
Biden
stole?
is a piece of shit, just like Trump is. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, I'm talking about
Bro,
the image
listen to
that
me. I'm
people
not
portray.
disagreeing with you on that. I never
But
said
we need to
anything. I
hear.
never
But
said
we
I
need to hear
praised
you say
Biden,
it.
but
Anybody that
the
able
facts are we have the lowest unemployment. We have a great economy coming back. He did not cause COVID. He did not cause the downfall of this economy. Trump did, just
No,
like
they
every other
didn't. No, he
Republican
didn't.
in the
Listen,
past.
Trump said Trump said Rocket Man over there with nuclear. They dropped the coronavirus the year of his election. The year of Trump's election, coronavirus come. Why would he do that? That come from Rocket Man over there, bro. Wuhan
Well, wait
Labs.
a
How
minute.
about this though?
Well,
Wuhan
Trump,
Labs.
because Trump as a leader of this country never said, people, we got to get over this pandemic. We don't know what it is. Did he say anything structural or as the leader of this free country, so-called, to be subjective to, hey, well, let's be careful. Seoul Korea, the president of Seoul Korea warned him. And what did he do? It's like a
Let me
cold.
ask
It's
you this,
like a
Jimmy.
flu. Don't even worry.
Let me ask you this, Jimmy. Do you think he did that, or do you think China had
No,
something
he
to do
did
with that?
that, definitely.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's
Well.
get back to something because I want to restart some shit. Yo, EST, did you see these things right here? Like, let me get your point of view on this with Gucci thing.
Okay.
You see it? The image?
Gucci?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I seen that. I seen
What do
that.
you think about that though?
We all know what that is. That's Sambo. That's Aunt Jemima. That's Sambo right there.
What that mean? I
Blackface
don't
with
know.
the
Explain
Sam.
that, please.
Okay, a
I
I'm
lot of
got
sorry,
people.
that's a
I got a
disgrace,
guy from
man.
the south.
Okay, now listen. A lot of people
That's the
think
lit bull like a
in
bull from the
Huckleberry
south.
in the Huckleberry Finn shit, they think Uncle Tom was the sellout, right? And it wasn't Uncle Tom, it was Sambo. And that's how they described him. The big
That's right.
red lips with the black face
That's
tap
right.
dancing
Sambo,
around.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
Sambo right there.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, and why would they put that out like that? What do
Okay,
you
let me
think
tell you
about
why. Let me tell you why. Oh damn, can I say this?
you?
Oh fuck
Well,
it.
just think
Niggas is
about it.
stupid. Niggas is stupid. Niggas will buy stupid shit like that. You know what it's about? It's about a
That's the truth, my
status.
friend.
It's a status symbol in America to be walking around with some dumb shit like that because they know they can.
Absolutely.
I was just telling my old lady, Walmart does the same thing, right? They'll let you shop, and then before you walk out the door, they'll say, "Let me check your receipt." That's a that's a backhand compliment. Target don't do that. Don't nobody do that because they know we can insult you and you'll still come here and patronize us.
That's
That's what it
right.
is.
Mm.
That's right.
All right, that's
Mook, we
Gucci.
mentioned
All
that
right.
before, man.
Yeah,
Now,
we
now,
That's
did.
what it
now, now,
was.
now, now
I
listen,
want, I want to hear EST
if you
before I
put
tell them.
Jews, if you was to put a gas oven, a gas chamber on a mask, see if Jews was about it.
Mm. Okay, Louis. Now let's get into Louis. What you think about this image? A black boy holding a Louis purse.
Louis, you said he holding a purse.
Yeah, he holding a Louis purse.
I mean,
He's holding a purse.
listen, since '65, they've been on a mission to demasculate. We're not gonna say black men. We're gonna say men because we're starting to see this all over the country now.
Thank
That's right.
you. Thank
They are
you.
on a mission to demasculate, and it has worked, and they are doing a good job. We have so much less testosterone than the grandpas from 70 years ago. It makes no sense, man.
Yeah,
That's
but I
right.
wish he was here earlier because he talked about the creators of Louis, the real ones. These are old companies. These are old.
Well, nobody wants to work anymore,
They
brother.
wasn't. They wasn't. You know
Nobody
what I
wants to
mean?
work
We talked
anymore.
about that.
Jimmy, I don't necessarily. I hear people saying that, but I know people who want to work. They're just tired of getting fucked over by big corp. They're
That's
just
what I'm
tired.
saying.
Listen, bro, I agree with you, but that's a reason why this country and the capitalism is disgraceful. Because again, when Mook worked with me, if he knew something or not, he's getting 1,000 a week. If it cost me money, I couldn't give a shit. But I'm not using him as my go-to guy and my gopher. And I'm going to respect you, Mook. I'm going to buy you lunch. I'm going to buy you breakfast. I'm going to
Yeah,
take care of you. I'm going to
always,
give you good
always.
money, and I'm going to make sure you don't get taxed on it
But
either.
Jimmy, that's
Well,
what make
let me
this
let me throw
country.
this out there though. Capitalism and Zionism run hand in hand. It's just they so
What does that mean?
covert. They so
What does that
covert
mean? Explain
that
yourself.
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to Kanye me,
Well,
right?
let's
No,
speak
bro.
about
Let
this
me ask you a question. Are you religious? Are you
I
No,
want
religious?
you to hear me
no,
and
no.
Jimmy.
I'm an
We had
atheist.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
You
Oh,
wasn't here.
me too, Jimmy. Me too.
I'm an atheist, bro.
Me
Guess what?
too.
Religion is the biggest
Well, we
cause
all
of all
not
the wars
atheists on
and
this
deaths.
platform. I'm
And
not.
I don't like that Kanye and Fuentes are using the name of God because it's criminal. The religion, and you listen to a lot of these Trumpers or these MAGA people that I talk to. Oh, we have to bring Christianity into our law. This is a major problem of why we are having the problems in our country and why me and you, look, I don't believe, I think when we die, we're gone. So I want to be good to everybody. I will never
I
discriminate
do.
against
I'm not
anybody
in a lot
by
of
their
religions.
race, color, creed, or what they believe in. If you believe
I'm
in
gonna say this,
something,
Jimmy. I'm gonna say this, Jimmy. I don't want you to do that, right? Because if you're walking down the street and it's a black man with a hood, I don't necessarily want you have to wait to find out what's going on in order to realize what it is, right? So if I'm walking down the street and I see three guys with skinheads, I have to discriminate in order to know what the hell I'm about to come up against. So
that's right.
discriminating can help you
I
sometimes,
love this nigga
right?
You know
EST,
what,
boy.
bro? I want to tell you something. I studied karate and Zen my whole life, and it is about energy. When I walk
Yeah,
down the street, I put my
yeah.
energy out, and you're going to feel that energy. And
See, but this the thing though,
nobody's
Jimmy.
going
How
to
many
mess
good?
with a guy that's 6'1" and 250
He's
pounds.
not a little dude. He might look little, but he ain't.
But
He's
But
guess
that,
very
what? I
skilled.
know what he's saying, and what
But
he's saying is right.
we gotta get to in
But
the
you
gym together.
also have to understand something. You're going to know. and you feel that electronic magnetic impulse that comes through your body if you're in trouble with somebody. I live in a black
He
neighborhood.
controls, man. He's
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
But
live in a completely
let's
black
not
Thank you,
neighborhood.
James.
Every time I
man.
see these people, I hug the
Jimmy,
guy that
Hold on, Jimmy.
retired.
hold up, Jimmy. We didn't speak about the emasculating of men, and he brought that good ass point up about this image. Because it's a corporate, everybody, you know, the creators, they were old school, old men, old G's. They died all. These are old companies we're talking about. These ain't no young companies. Now look at
No,
what's happening with these
well,
universal
bro, it's
corporate.
the
That's what I said.
attitude that
I don't know
carries
that part.
on. The reflection never changes. The corporate, hey, I'm going to make money. I'm going to use that guy. Oh, he got sick. Oh, he broke his leg. All right, fuck him. That's the attitude of corporate. They don't care about the people. I am a company, and I'm going to work for a company that cares about the people. They turn around and goes, Jimmy, I don't want to get rich. I want everybody to be rich. And that's good because if anybody works with me, and Mook, you come down to Florida,
Yeah,
you're my coworker. You're going to make money with me. I'm going to get you your insurance. I'm going to make sure that you're putting money in your pocket. Hey, Jim, I'm going to Europe for a month with my girlfriend. I'm going to have a good time. That's what I want to hear. No, what he's saying is we're not getting that. And yes, I agree with you. But a lot of like you see in the restaurant business what's going on. Nobody wants to be a slave to these son of a bitches. They
yeah,
treat me like shit. Cut that
I'm talking
salad.
about
Why ain't
Jimmy.
you getting that
Jimmy,
out? Mop
no,
that floor. Why
I
you know
want to
you
hear your
didn't
point
clean
of
up
view
good.
on this emasculation of men and why is the corporate agenda, why does it seem like that's
Okay,
what
well
they're
let me
about?
start, and I bet Jimmy can add on what I'm about to say. Right, what's happening is that when you start a war, right, you don't necessarily go in there and fight men. You what they're doing now is biochemical and it's chemical and it's hormonal. It's a hormonal biochemical war. So they're gonna tweak our hormones, drop our testosterone. So when the war kick off, who was going to defend? Where are the sturdy men who going to? It's going to be a million dead, a million locked up, a million of them. Let's just say homophobic, homosexual, which ain't a bad thing. It's just that that's what you is, right? And then
Of
and
course,
now we
man.
and then now we and let's be honest. They've been the black man specifically. They've been beating them down so much now that look he's wearing pocketbooks. We don't even really see a lot of women wearing pocketbooks like that as much as dudes walking around with tote bags and stuff, man.
Yeah, I
So
know. It's kind of it's listen, but I want to tell you what's causing a lot of this degeneration of men and testosterone and being rough is actually the food that we eat.
yeah,
98% of
yeah.
the food that we eat has byproducts in it that are causing all these diseases and autism and all this stuff. And
Keep going,
it's
Priscilla.
a study. It
But
lowers
the image
your
is stronger than any
testosterone.
food you eat.
And
This
another
image
thing,
that
and
you
another
see,
thing, he who controls the images controls the minds. So
that's
it's
what I'm
Absolutely,
not
bro.
saying.
it's it,
That's
it's
what we're
it's
speaking
I
on.
agree with you,
right
man.
because food
I'm
is
not
what you
against you,
ingest.
bro. Never
No, no,
think I'm
no,
against you.
no.
I'm
Let me
with
say this,
you.
Jimmy. Let me say this, Jimmy. Whether it's
Trust me, ENT been
what
telling me about you. We fuck with you heavy. That's
yeah,
what I'm
now
telling you.
whether it's a
Thank you.
whether it get heated or not, a good debate is a good debate amongst men. So I don't never
That's
take
Yeah,
right,
nothing
bro.
personal.
we ain't
And
gonna
I'm
hit.
never going to
Just
disrespect
good
you, and I'm
about
going
it.
to respect your opinion. But a lot of things that you're saying that you have just said in the last 5 minutes are absolutely 100% true.
And let me say
Absolutely
this. Let me
You,
say
100%
this.
you,
Let
true.
me
you.
say this. Let me say this. What you ingest is not also what you eat. It's also visually, right? And energy, right? So we see all these commercials and these things that reflect what's going on nowadays, and these kids are ingesting it early. So that's what they are being produced. It's producing the fruit. No pun intended.
Yep.
Hey, bro,
Jimmy, good
you know
point.
you're
Good point.
married. You got kids, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You're married. You're beautiful, and I'm glad. You're a
Appreciate it.
man, Mook. You know, and I'm proud of you. But guess what? You know what women say out there? Now I'm an older guy. My girlfriend's in the Ukraine. The Chetans
He's
took her.
divorced.
My
He's
original
divorced. He
girl,
got
Irene,
kids. I know his
she's
son.
gone. The
Great
Chetans
kids.
took
I
her.
know
They're
his son
raping
is.
people. I know that she's probably dead. And it's breaking my heart, but I'm holding it in as a man. But
So
you know
wait,
what
say
women
that
say
again,
since
Jimmy.
I've been down
Because I
here?
cut you off.
Where are the
Your
men?
girlfriend
The
in the
girls are saying,
Ukraine.
where are the men? Where are the men? There's no men today.
You said she might be dead. What are you talking about?
Well, bro, let me explain something to you. The Chetans, I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the war, that bridge that they blew down.
You gotta be
I
Yeah,
careful
was
with
over
this
that
that
was
word.
bridge
the
100 times going with my
that was the
girlfriend.
South. That was the South Bridge. They know
Yeah,
that once you gain hold to the South, you got the country.
Absolutely.
right? So
Wait,
yeah.
That was
I'm gonna
actually
get
in
deep into
Turpin,
this
my
war. I
friend. That
swear
was
to God,
actually
you
in
two don't
Turpin.
fuck around.
No,
But Jimmy,
it was going to Kiev. It was when they were marching in the capital. That bridge to Turpin. My girlfriend Irena's family lived there. I used to go see him all the time. I was over that bridge 100 times. Guess what? I got a hold of the superintendent, Mook. You know what the superintendent told me?
what?
17 girls were taken out of that building. They don't know where they are. Okay. So where do you think she is? Yeah. They got her. They raped
And Jimmy,
her.
let
Who
me ask you
knows?
this though, Jimmy. What did the Africans do to the Italians back in the day?
You mean what
Come
the
on.
Italians did to the Africans?
No,
No,
oh,
he
okay.
going
Well,
back.
let me
He's
do
talking
this.
about.
Let me do this. I'm talking about warfare.
I heard about what he's saying. I know where
This is
he's going.
related to that picture. This is warfare.
I
In
rewatched.
war,
I'm a history dude.
you kill off the you kill off the man and mate with the women. That's how you win a war.
Bro,
And
I
the Africans
understand.
did that
No,
to the
listen,
Italians back in
the
the day.
wars.
That's why you don't see Italians with blue hair and blue eyes and blonde
No,
hair.
that's not true, bro. I want to tell you
Uh-oh.
something. I'm going to
Here
give
we
you a little
go.
Italian history.
But did
ESG
that
is
not happen?
starting.
Did that not
Okay,
happen?
no, wait. Let me finish. You have the Roman Empire that decimated Africa like animals. They raped, murdered, they made enslaved people. So now, after the before the Byzantine period, when the Roman Empire diminished, and they started taking down the Colosseum because of all this stuff. The Moors came in and invaded Sicily for revenge. The Gauls and all the Germans came in.
The
My
Visigoths.
mother-in-law
Yeah,
had blue
right.
eyes and blonde hair. My
No,
cousins in my family had red hair and blue eyes.
I'm talking about
Bro,
that
the
was
mix.
before. I'm talking about after.
No, I'm talking about after all the Roman Empire. This was what happened. The Byzantine period, they came in and started, hey, you fucked us, we're going to fuck you. The same way Russia hates the Nazis. This war in Ukraine is all about the Nazis. When the
Okay,
Nazis
now
came
let's
into
get into
Russia,
this finish.
they were raping women, killing people right in the street. What do you think Russia did when they
All right,
took
describe
over?
that picture. What's that
It was
picture?
terrible, Jimmy. I hear you. Disgusting. Me and Jimmy already got into this, but I want to hear your opinion as a young homie
I
from the
can't see
south,
it.
a young bull. It's a bear. Hold up, wait. Was you on your phone, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
well,
What,
it's
that
a
painting I
bear.
did?
Cause I'm on the computer, I see that shit big.
What,
Pause.
that painting
But
I did?
no, we talking about the Balenciaga ad. We talked about this before, but we going into these high end fashions, and we really
Oh, yeah,
dissect
without
them.
a doubt,
So
man.
I just want to hear what ESC got to say about the bear being held by an adult
Oh
female
yeah, yeah. I
and
seen that. Matter
chained
of
up
fact,
and all that.
they're trying to relate that kind of to some pedophilia. It's like BDSM with a teddy bear, right? See, but I think Balenciaga and YSL and places like in them big fashion corporations do science and research on the people who they're marketing and selling their shit to, right? And what they thought, oh, we had this a couple years ago with one of these fashion people who will do something to put it out and see, oh, do they notice? Do they see? And if not, it'll fly. And if so, that's what you'll get
But you
right
know how
there.
disgusting that is, and there's ultimately a big devil up top saying
See, but is it
maneuvering
disgusting
the
though?
shit that
Is it
wants the kids
disgusting?
to be trained to see this type of shit and be ready for it
Yeah,
when
but Mook,
they
you got to
approach it.
understand, like, if you hear, it's all because of what works and what doesn't work. It's the same thing, a same principle for everything. A restaurant puts out a dish. If they accept the dish, oh, we couldn't sell that. Let's make another dish. They're doing that, like you said, there's a big corporate table. Hey, what do you think? Oh, let's do this. Hey, that's
There's some big
controversial. Let's
guy
see if
that
it
signed
works.
off
And they
on this
do
It's
it.
shit.
it's research. I think
That's
it's a
right, bro.
research project. They're just trying to see what it does. And out of but this is the crazy part. Are they going to cancel Balenciaga the way they try to cancel a man for saying something?
No way. No way.
It's not that,
No.
you know what I mean? And I put up a live with
And
Tommy
nobody
from Love
agrees
and
with
Hip Hop,
pedophilia. Nobody agrees with that.
and they said it like, oh, they canceled for a month. That's what they said. They said, oh, Balenciaga canceled for a month. And
A
this is a
month.
rich motherfucker in the spot showing off all the purses and all the shit they had. You feel me?
And I seen Kim K and all them people come out and denounce it and everything. But my thing is that I feel like if y'all feel like this is pedophilia and BDSM, for one, what kid is wearing Balenciaga?
But why you think? Okay, we talked about this too. But why do you think? Even Jimmy, we didn't get into Balenciaga. Did we? Yeah, we did get into Balenciaga. But
We talked about
what
it
do you think?
briefly, but Mook,
Are you like?
when you have money, who gives a shit? They don't care. People with
Yeah.
money. Listen, I'm just down at a mall, an expensive mall in Naples. Now I'm walking in and I went and bought these shirts in J. Crew for like $25. They were on sale, 70%. I went over to the Tommy Bahama store. It was packed. It was packed. And guess what? The shirts were $230, pants $300, $140 shirts. And this
I,
guy's buying his kids
let me
155
get this
shirts and
insight
10
though.
of this. He
Let
must
me
have
get this
spent
insight.
$3 grand like it was nothing.
Let
Yeah,
me
but
get this
It
how
doesn't
insight.
necessary
make a
is it
difference.
for a
Balenciaga is
clothing
the
line to have that
store.
much power to influence
Yeah, but bro,
people?
the rich people that go to that store, you gotta understand. Have you ever been in one of those stores?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
and it's
The
crazy.
shoes are like $300. It's like, come on, man.
But this is why, because those clothes are a status symbol in our culture,
Right,
right?
bro. Exactly.
They correlate those clothes and those names like Amiri,
That's
Balenciaga
exactly what they do.
with
Hermes.
with status and the fact that if he have a Balenciaga shirt on, that means he must have something going on out here,
That's
and
right.
they know that. They know that.
That's
So
right.
even the
They
people
don't
who
give a
not
shit. They don't give a
they don't.
shit. The corporate office is going, look at our sales jumped up
No, but we're
But this the thing
45%.
though,
civilians,
Jimmy.
and we know that. We
Are you
realize that
supposed to
the
care?
status thing,
This is
whatever.
business. This is
Yep.
business.
We talking
They got
about
look. They got
why they
pet
got
rocks.
there and why are they doing what they doing with these images. That's what we were talking about. We know
Hey,
that
man.
we talked about the OG that started it with the quality and was putting in the
Listen,
real
when
work, made it a
Gucci,
business,
again,
made it fun.
Gucci is a 102-year-old business. It started in 1921. He
Mhm.
was a bellboy in a hotel in London. And here he is. He's watching all these rich people come in and they're wearing these gowns and coats. And
But
he's
you
going
think if he
home
was
and eating
alive, Jimmy,
slop and trying to make a
he would
living.
approve of this image?
No, of course not,
That's
bro.
what I'm
No,
Because you
saying.
know
but what
what?
he's trying to say is basically like I mean the point they got pet rocks online, right? Pet rocks. So you can sell anything nowadays and
That's
people will
right.
buy it.
And
Now
it
it's
becomes
your
fashionable.
stupidity.
That's
Don't
right,
expect a
bro.
big corporation to be morally responsible for your stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They're
but
not
I'm
They don't
supposed to be.
care.
saying I don't expect that, but the agenda, I feel like that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
Mook, you
It's
as a
funny.
man,
And that's
you as a
disgusting.
human being, it affects you because that makes you a normal
Oh,
person.
how about this Bush? It was I think Gucci did the monkeys a couple years ago.
That's
They put
right. I
some
was just about to
Oh yeah,
say
do
that.
we put do we oh yeah, yep,
That's
yeah.
yep.
right. Gucci
Right.
did. I
I
was
didn't
going to
have
say
that
that.
one,
Thank you,
my
man. I
So
appreciate it because
imagine
it
so
just.
imagine if you do that and you see these people wearing it, you be like, hold on, that was supposed to be an insult. Like
That's right.
Timberland, like Tommy Hilfiger, like Robin jeans. Come
Yeah.
on. And we support it. So it's just like they laugh at us because let's be honest,
bad. We
Caucasian
retarded.
men have more money, but we don't see them walking around with Balenciaga shirts. And if
No.
they are, they're being sponsored or being paid to be in the shirt. We the only ones
Those
taking money
guys
out
are
of our
driving
pockets.
Lamborghinis and they're driving Ferraris and they don't give a shit about me, you, or anybody. Yeah, okay. I saw a guy with a Porsche, and I want to tell you something. Here's the mentality of rich people as we're talking about this. I went to go design their house. I'm talking about Lamborghini. Wife had a Mercedes. The daughter just got bought a BMW because she graduated. Obviously, the house was $4 or $5 million. They just put a new staircase in. Okay, they needed a plasterer. I'm one of the only guys on the East Coast that does this detailed plastering. They talk to me like I was a piece of garbage. And I said, you
Wow.
know, and I'm looking at him and I got up and I shook their hand and I said, man, she goes, where are you going? I said, I'm leaving. I want it. And I was respectful. I said, thank you very much. I appreciate it, but I can't work for you. I'm an artist. So that's the mentality Gucci had. Hey, I'm
You
not
work
doing
with
this shit.
why?
See,
But
but I
when
don't
they
think
couldn't get anybody to do the plaster, guess what? To this day, their stair is
But
still
why didn't you work
unplastered.
with them? What did they do?
Because she thought she was above me, and I don't like people that think they're above anybody. We're all equal, brother. You know, I always told you that.
mm, I don't
No,
know. I don't
I don't
consider
know.
myself
You didn't
equal to
tell me an
everybody.
example of why
Not
they
no, man,
everybody.
no. But
yeah.
listen, I'm talking about the respect of the human being. That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about, brother.
I differ from that.
But you
I
was
differ
there
from
doing a
that.
That's
job though,
okay.
Jimmy.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to discriminate against the Mexican that's sweeping the street
No. I'm
and
not
look
talking about
down at
that.
him.
I'm talking about the pedophile,
Oh no,
the
bro.
person who hurts old people.
No, no,
Me and
no.
you ain't the same. Me and
No,
you ain't
no,
equal.
no. I
Not
agree
yet.
with you, but let's not. I'm bringing about normalcy. I'm talking about hardworking people. A pedophile, you give me a room, leave me in a
Give
room with that
me
guy for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that motherfucker. Because
See,
guess
but
what?
a lot of corporations do this to us though, right? From the
Yeah.
HOA down to Burger King, right? They set rules that they make us abide by, and we don't realize as the people we have power in our numbers. We can
Well,
eliminate
guess
any
what?
policy, any
And I
rule
want to
if
tell
we
you
have.
something, guys. Don't ever eat McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's again. I'm going to tell you something.
sorry, too late.
I found out. Well, I've been doing a lot of research, but 10 parts per 1,000, the government allows them, even on their tomatoes, to have maggot larvae on their food. So when you're
Oh
eating
wow.
their burgers, you're
Hey,
eating maggot larvae.
Jimmy, it's
All
not
right.
even that. Let's talk about the meat in New York, in like in big places where this meat is stored. Like I lived in Jersey, and I kind of seen where this
Is that
meat
where
and
you
this
are,
stuff.
Jersey?
No, I used to stay there. That's why when I actually seen the warehouses where this food and
Oh,
meat was stored,
oh,
rats, maggot. I'm talking about it's impossible to keep them away from the food. It's
but you
impossible.
got to understand something. I want to tell you something. I agree with you. But if you go to like a fresh market and you go to these butchers that make sure that there are places where you don't have this, bro. Again, I was in the food business, and there, yes, you were right. There's places that do have rats and maggots, but there are a lot of places that don't. And now with the new federal inspection laws, there is none of that going on. But what
Well, I,
happens
I I
is
don't believe that. I don't believe that. They just called out Whole Foods, the dude who was actually selling them all grass beef. He was
it's all
telling them that
bullshit.
it's all bullshit. He was saying
Yeah,
basically
it's
that
all bullshit.
they label this stuff as green, but these I think it's like a 1 to 5 scale as far as where the
Yep,
cows grow up. He was saying
yep,
that they'll label it as 5 cows, but they grew up on the one farm,
right.
and it's just. But we're going back to the corporations pushing this in our face. It's not their fault, Bush. It's our fault because we
See,
That's right.
allow them to market this
I
to us
know.
twenty four
But
seven.
That's
like
right.
we talked
But
about
guess
earlier,
what? You know how we can
the black
stop
boy
this?
wearing the shirt.
You know how we can
That's
stop
it.
this?
That was it. That was it. That was disgusting. That one was disgusting.
Yes, yes, that's right.
That one
Yeah,
was
that
that was
that was
blatant
fucked up. Hey, bro, you know
disrespect.
what bothers me too? Talking about all this corporate stuff. Do you know that Aunt Jemima Pancakes was a real woman and she started the
Yeah.
business and it was Aunt Jemima? But they're going to discriminate against the woman that made Aunt Jemima?
How about
Aren't we
this?
honoring her?
Hennessy. Hennessy.
Disgusting.
We can go on and on.
Yeah,
You
bro, that's
know,
what I'm saying. And then Uncle Ben's rice, there was a guy, Ben, that made the fucking rice, and they're
Real dude. Real
discriminating
dude.
against him.
They
he
These
just
say that,
changed the
but
name
Karens,
though.
these
They
Karens and these
the
liberal
colonel was black.
wackos.
That's the
Yeah,
latest I
bro, we're
heard.
turning
So
into we're turning into a bunch of sissies. I don't give a
See, but
shit what anybody
this the
says.
catch 22 though, Jimmy. And would you agree with this? The PC police has came in and changed that you can't say anything. Like they changed the Aunt Jemima to something else now, right? See,
Yeah,
but what I personally think is once the PC police come in and you can't say nothing, that's going to
that's
be a
right.
big problem.
That's
That's
right.
the biggest problem. Like the
That's the
insults that
biggest
people
problem now.
say ain't a
Yep.
problem, but once PC police come in and say you can't say this, it's like
Do
that's
you
against my
yeah, but
know? Do
constitution.
you know
ESC
that if
must have
you're in
been
the
to a lot
street,
of image. You know
you
what I
could
mean?
be arrested and forget about saying the N word or other shit like this. But now the big thing is, and even down here, I talked to a couple of sheriffs. He goes, whatever you do, don't say nothing about a trans person. Don't yell out because we'll arrest you. They said it's a
Well, I
mandatory
think what is that in
arrest.
Norway? I think in Norway or someplace like that, you can't use derogatory words. It's illegal.
No. Yeah,
Where
Norway
is it
and
at?
Sweden. Sweden as well.
Yeah, Sweden as
I'm a
well.
classy dude, so I don't disagree with that.
No, but bro,
Right.
let's
But ESC,
separate. Whenever we talk about people, we don't talk about murderers and profile and pedophiles. The one thing that I can't stand, I don't know if you ever saw that show on the pedophile with Jim Hansen. He would get
Yeah.
them in and lure them in.
Yeah.
Now, those people deserve to be put into Siberia and left in the cold. And that is the most disgusting thing I ever saw in my life because, again, I never raised my voice to a person that didn't.
did we put where?
What's that?
You
In
said
Siberia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Siberia.
it's
Ain't no
where?
it's right
surviving
now.
that.
It's 30
Nice
below
place.
down. It's
Nice.
30 below right now. But
That,
never am I saying that I respect everybody. I'm talking about I respect the Mexican dishwasher. I respect
mm-hmm.
today.
Oh
Do
my
you know that a black man that was working in Whole Foods, nobody, and then this is people walking like this, and they're walking. They walk right by. They bumped him. They bumped him. He almost fell. He was an
Who
elderly
bumped
black
him?
man. I grabbed him. I
That's
said,
instant.
"Sir,
Ping,
are you
ping, ping,
okay?"
ping.
And he goes, "Man, thank you." He goes, "I get this all the time. They think they're just." And I'm looking and I'm
Where were you
saying,
at?
"Holy shit, he's right." These
Where
people
was
looking like dudes, get out of my way. And I said, "Hey, sir, I'm sorry." I shook his hand. I put $20 in his hand. He goes, "Man, thank you." I said, "Hey, buddy, be good. You're a beautiful person. I love you and I respect you." I made his day. He was smiling while he had all he was a sweeper. That's what I'm talking about.
But let me
I'm
say
not
this
going to
though, Bush.
disrespect
Back to the
anybody.
point though. Let me say this
But a
back to the point.
pedophile, yeah, I'll poke his eyeballs out of his head and shove it up his ass, man. That's
What
what
I
I'll
what
do.
I don't like is we will always wait till people do stuff like these hoodies, and then we have stuff to say. But
Yeah,
why aren't we never proactive to the situation? We
because
always
guess what,
reactive.
bro? Because we're in a country of son of a bitches, bastards, no good, rotten. The people that think they're better than, and there's a lot of them out there. And believe me, I'm the first one that puts them right in their place.
but there's good people too, Jimmy.
See, but this the thing though. What that don't bother me. The monkey on the thing that don't bother me. What bothers me is that they have an actual market to sell that to people. That's the
Yes.
problem.
Yeah,
It's
bro,
not the
that
fact that
you're
they
right.
make
But
it.
guess what? Why are you answer to people? Why are they buying that product? Why are they buying it?
Black with
Why
a
is it
black
even a
kid and a
market?
white foster
Why is
parent
it
buy
even?
that for them.
Because guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think. You right now, if you told the corporate guy this, and I'm the guy that made that, and you're telling me that, you know what I'm going to say? Okay, great, love your opinion. Bye now. And they
Yeah.
click you on. Okay, next, what do we got? Okay, we're gonna. I push it over here. Push it in these areas. We're gonna make a lot of money. They don't give a shit. They
Now
don't give a shit.
if I was to make a hoodie with a dreidel on it, well,
You
I
got
ain't
a
gonna go
problem.
there. I'm gonna have a problem.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna have a
sell
fucking
out.
problem
You think it's
Or
gonna
some
sell
because
out?
you don't
a
have the
dreidel with
power.
some Agent Orange on it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, guess what? And I agree with you. A lot of shit that you're saying means a lot. But, when we talk about all this corporate stuff, you got to remember, even with Trump, Trump's a very, very wealthy guy. And guess what? You know what? He don't give a shit about any of us. He can't. I want you to listen to this. I was paying for women during Trump's to buy their food. And I'm talking about 10, 20 times. I bought women food, black, white women, a black woman with two beautiful little kids. "Mommy, we can't have those cereal." And I said, "Yes, you can." And I put my credit card in there and I said, "Ma'am, go get another $100 worth of food." But yet I worked for a guy in Manhattan. You know what he does, bro? He goes,
What?
"Jimmy, I know you a long time. Can I show you something?" Now, this guy's worth $40 million. He actually knows Trump very well. And he goes, I said, "Yeah, Alan, show me." He goes, "Jimmy, what do you see right here?" I said, "Oh my God, that's a
I'm laughing because I know some truth.
$3.5 million check was given to him during the COVID. Trump gave it to him. This is a little for me." You know what he did? He put it back in the envelope. He said, "Jimmy, I don't want to be a part of this guy's carnage and karma." He sealed the envelope and he mailed it back to him with no. You don't know what's going on, bro. Deeply, this country is in a lot of trouble. The only way that we're going to stop all this is getting rid of the lobbyists.
Why are you
The
saying this
people.
country is in a lot of trouble when Biden is the
Mm,
president
Yeah,
hold on
and
bro,
though,
guess
Jimmy.
Joe
what?
Biden?
Is it the
I
lobbyists?
disagree.
Is it really the
This
lobbyists?
country's run by lobbyists. It's not run by the president of the United States. It's run by big corporations and lobbyists.
Yeah.
Four
Okay.
medical lobbyists made $172 million each last year by pushing drugs on kids. And that's why you see black in neighborhoods and white poverty neighborhoods, kids dying of fentanyl. They're pushing this shit. This ain't coming just from
Let me say this,
Mexico.
Jimmy. Jimmy, well, I'm gonna say this though, because you kind of took it out my mouth. It's sources
Oh,
that's saying that is a correlation directly to Mexico responding to what we've been doing to them.
Absolutely.
That is a direct
Absolutely.
response. And
Bro, California, Texas was all Mexico.
yeah, I mean the
What do you
whole
think the
country.
Mexican
Well,
president
not the
was
whole
saying?
country. Well, I'm gonna say this: the whole country was because to me, a Mexican is an Indian. You know what I'm saying? So this was their whole country in the first place. For one, they're all we ain't
that's a
gonna go.
fact, though.
If I want to get through the lineage, Asians, Indians, Mexicans are the same thing. But at the same time, I don't blame the corporation. I blame the people for being sheep and allowing them to put that off on them.
That's
I,
right.
you can't blame the corporations because ain't nothing personal in business. I'm trying to make money. It's your fault if you buy this pet rock.
Hmm.
I'm selling a pet
That
rock.
That's 100% true, bro. I agree with you 100%. And
Now
and
70
and,
now
and
70
that's
years ago, cause your grandpa would have bought half the dumb shit that's out here nowadays.
absolutely not.
You
But
know?
bro, they also grew their own vegetables. They
Yeah,
also
yeah,
didn't eat a
yeah.
lot of meat. They ate a lot of pasta and vegetables, and they were more healthier. But now you see people dying at 55, 60 years old because they're overweight, they're obese. Do you know that we created obesity in Japan? I mean, seriously, man. Again, corporations don't care. McDonald's don't care. McDonald's is making billions of dollars. Burger King, do they care what they're serving you on that
But what are
plate?
they supposed to care about? What are they supposed to care about?
They not they want money. They care about money. That's what they care about. They
Exactly.
don't care about us. Oh, that guy died from eating my burger. Okay,
It's
no
like
But let's
every
problem.
be honest though, the
situation.
guy didn't die from eating the
People,
burger. The guy died from a bad diet and never exercising.
Right. No, but I'm making an example. If somebody died, right? If
But
somebody
I'm
died
just
from
trying
their
to change the
burger,
narrative. It's like as far as stop trying to blame corporations for what they do and put out and produce. It's not
no,
their
no,
fault.
I'm
It's
not.
your fault.
You know, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm talking about even if a corporation, somebody
This
died
asshole.
from their product, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't give a shit.
I
They're
mean
making
that's
money. I'm making a lot of
no,
money
they
on
would
this.
because they shouldn't because it's their job. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's where this whole thing comes into full circle. We talk about the fashion. One guy, Gucci, created this brand.
Gucci would
He's
have never
long
allowed
gone.
this.
But look at the brand now. It's owned by them corporations and what they do with
Yeah,
it. They
Gucci would have never allowed this.
like
See,
everything
but
else.
Gucci
But
not even the worst. It's way worse than ones than Gucci.
But
it's
Gucci
way
don't even
worse.
own
But
it
what you
anymore.
expect
It's
when
owned by
corporations own the
the Gucci family doesn't own Gucci anymore.
And let's be honest, it's four companies that manufacture and produce all these fashion things. So we have to hold them just as account, just like
of
Viacom
course.
own everything. It's the same thing for fashion, and that's what
Mhm.
Kanye was trying to put out. Like, hold on, behind the scenes, and they all in bed with each other. But we
Yep.
got to
Well,
stop saying.
yeah,
You
Kanye's
said,
got other agendas though too, bro. He wants to run for president, and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
smart enough to know how to bring people together to get to that level. Though it might not happen because it is a concession of the Republican Party, and they have to nominate it. But you know, again, man, I don't get the whole jive with Fuentes. I don't like him. He's a bigot. He's a white supremacist, and Trump knew he was bringing him there. That was Trump's downfall. You don't go to the extreme. If I understand what Kanye's doing, I don't blame him. I do blame the discrimination against him on a lot of aspects that he's doing. You know, people get to speak their mind, and here's this guy saying things that he feels. It's a free
Well,
country, you
see,
know.
but that's the thing. That's the big problem a lot of us have. Well, I'm gonna say black men have with Trump because they think that he represents white supremacy. And let me tell my brothers
There's
this:
a lot
listen,
of black supporters of Trump, and
but
I'm
this the
I'm
thing
fine.
though. There's nothing wrong with white supremacy. There's nothing wrong with brown supremacy. There's nothing. You supposed to feel like your people are the best. And but when you
Hey,
start
that's
when
a
you start
fact. And you got
implementing
the South.
actions that
That's
harm
a
and
good
oppress
point.
people, makes it a problem. But just like with Hitler, I mean, I
Bro, did
can't
you see
knock what
what
he was
just happened in
doing.
Kansas? Wait a minute.
But
I'm
when
going to
you want to
disagree
take
with
the
you. This
violence,
in Kansas, a couple carrying a Trump flag and a Confederate flag stopped at a party for a little girl, a 14-year-old girl. A black family was having a party in a park, and she got the balloon. She was so happy. She's opening her presents. These two pieces of garbage came over, started screaming at him, throwing things at him, yelling at him.
I
But
seen
when they
that.
got into court, they got destroyed, and they wound up doing years in jail and paying fines.
good for them.
No, I
See, but
don't
this
believe in white supremacists. Maybe I believe in a
No, but
white man believing in his ways,
Jimmy,
but
it's
not
not that
discriminating
they're
against
not
other
white.
people.
They're white trash. We talking about
No,
being
they're white
proud of
supremacists. They're
whatever you.
saying white power.
to me, white supremacy means like I'm a Lakers fan. That means Lakers supremacy. I feel like the Lakers are better than any team. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your
No, bro.
opinion.
Yeah, but to the extreme of hurting a 14-year
No,
old
no.
girl's
When
birthday
I
party,
say once you start implementing actions that oppress and
The
hurt people,
words,
that's the problem.
yes, that's a problem.
But
So
your
then where
actions
is it
and your
coming from? It's
unity,
no,
coming from
because of
white
the words.
supremacists, black supremacists. Yeah, I get it,
no.
bro. Guess
And I
what?
don't.
If the blacks, again, if the blacks and Italians were able to do what the Chinese and the Jews do, we would be a really great nation.
What is that
But we're
word you
not.
said, Jimmy? What was that word that started with an A?
What's that?
Allowed.
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 No, but black people fight each other like the Italians fight each other. Period.
I think a lot more than just black and Italian. The Irish got gangs, Chinese, and
No, the Chinese stick together,
bunch
Mook.
of
The
people.
Chinese only hire Chinese people.
Because it's in their culture. That's the only reason why.
But why isn't
Hold on.
it?
Let me take
Why
this.
isn't it in the
Hold
Italian and the
on.
black culture?
Let me take this back. That matter of fact, that's a lie. Because China, if you're not from the mainland, they look down on you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
facts.
But brother, what I'm saying is, if we listen to the Jews, if you're a Jewish person and you're in a Jewish community and you want to buy a house, guess what? They set you up in a business, they get you a house, they make sure that you're secure and taken care of. This is what I'm talking about. The blacks and the Italians do not do that. They fight each other, they kill each other.
Yeah, but look at the two
Whatever
things
their
that's going in
situation
that
is.
colliding: the fashion with the Italians,
See, but
and
one thing that everybody else has
and the
a
music and the hip hop industry with the African Americans, and it's coming together, and it's crazy because now.
Hey,
They
look,
are
I got to tell you, as a musician, I don't discriminate against any music, but why is all this aggression with a brand new black artist and they shoot him right in the middle of the street with his girlfriend? Come on, man.
I'm sorry to laugh.
hold on. Let
Well,
me.
Jimmy, it's specific situations, man.
It's a reason why though. It's no. He right. It's a reason why, right? Because we've been stripped of our culture and implemented shit like Jim Crow. Everybody else can go back to their land, right? Everybody else. Listen, the fact I told Mola the other day, I don't even like to say I'm African because any African who call themselves an African can say I can go to Igbo, I can go to Ghana, I can go to
Right.
Botswana.
Yeah, you're
Right.
right. We gotta do
It's
that.
too
But you're
broad
an
for me to.
American, bro.
I'm more of American than I am African.
No,
Yeah,
you are an American. Your authenticity or your heritage might be something, but hey, look, you know what? I get discriminated against all the time. Oh, you guinea bastard! Yeah, you were against America in the World War II, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm American. I said, all right, I'm not Italian, I'm American, but guess what? If you want to know something about your history, when Americans were landing in Sicily and Italy, the Italians were going, come here. The Germans are over there. Come on, let's get them. Yeah, man, I get it, but like you said, let's label this extremists. I don't believe in extremists. I don't stop somebody from believing what they want, but the minute they start going, oh, them N bastards or those gook bastards or saying derogatory things and discriminating against somebody, that is called by the aggression of their party. The Republican Party becomes aggressive, everybody becomes aggressive.
Well,
So we
let me
go
say
by
this though.
leadership, bro,
Let me say this though. The reason why we can't with us because any they can say the reason why it hurts the worst when they say derogatory and do derogatory things towards us is because no other race has been sold and produced on Wall Street, right?
Right. Yeah, that's true, bro.
1619 to 20. You know what I'm saying? No other race has been sold on Wall Street. And come on, so it don't hit as hard if I was to say Guinea versus you calling me a nigga. Because
Right.
there's no substance behind Guinea but jokes, but it's substance behind nigga.
Yeah.
what's the
So
next
But do
most
you know what
powerful thing you could say
the N
as
word
far
means?
as
If you look it up, in the
as far as
dictionary,
what?
it's white trash.
yeah,
The
but
N
what's the
word
next
is
level?
not.
You
I
get
don't know
past
why
nigga, and
it
nigga
was
ain't nothing.
inherited
Hold on. Let me hear what Bush
to a
saying.
black race, but it means white trash.
But if you want to get
It's in the
next, you
dictionary.
can't use nigga no more. And you can't use guinea or
I
nothing.
would never use
What's the
that
next
word
level?
unless
It's
I was saying a
Jewish.
statement.
And that's what
Okay.
Kanye did,
Let
you
me
know.
tell
Hey,
you
listen,
one.
do
Let me
you
tell you
guys
one.
remember Attica? You guys remember Attica?
Yeah. The prison,
Well,
right?
Vince Sobel, the very nice man, very smart, very educated, black. I speak to him all the time. I've done some work for him in the city. Very, very smart guy. And Sobel was a black journalist who was there at Attica, and all of a sudden, all you hear is white power, and he's screaming out, and they go, "Look, it's an N," and he goes, "No, don't you dare." He was a journalist. They were ready to shoot him on the outside. And you know what they're saying? I'm going to blow me away some ends. I was like, when he told me the story, he's still affected him to this day. Yes, extremists are extremists. I
Well, he
don't
couldn't have come up where
believe
I'm from
in
because
I don't
he'd
believe in
be.
the Proud Boys. I don't believe in the Oath Keepers because
Yeah,
they
but
are
we were talking about
discriminatory against
fashion
races.
and why these people are using these controversial images. Now, a
But
black fashion that's trying to be high end, Yeezy, which is high end technically. Like, what's the next level to cause this controversy? You see the examples that I put up with Gucci, Louis, and all of them. You've seen the examples. Now, think about Kanye. What's the next level for him as a black man? He can't offend black people. That's nothing.
Well,
Nobody gonna
I'm going
care
to tell
about
well,
you.
that.
I'm going to tell
The
you
next
right
level,
now.
yeah.
He's got money. He's got a couple of dollars. But what he's going to do, and I'm very grateful for him. I'm very happy for him. But he just got tired of like, hey, you know what? You're using my name and you're using my brand. I'm making money, but you guys are making, you
So
know.
you're saying he's about to start his own shit?
Oh, of course he's going to start his own. And do I praise him for that? Absolutely. I'm a little disappointed in him saying that he's a Nazi and he loves Hitler. He's
Yeah,
going
I
to an
was.
extreme that nobody's going to
hey,
want to
oh,
be
but hold
around
on
him.
though, Jimmy. Hold on, Jimmy.
Uh
Once you
oh.
look up the definition of Nazi, it means National Socialism. That's the very exact system that we have in America right now.
Oh, bro,
Let's
listen,
stop with
I'm
that.
not, yeah, but you got to understand, I'm not disagreeing with you, brother. I get the Nazi name. That's what
And
Hitler did. Hitler created the Nazi party, but he was an extremist.
see, but this the
I'm
thing though.
not
This the thing
saying
though. Hold on, hold
Kanye's going
on.
to be.
Hold on. I don't let America tell me the story on Hitler because that's the one who was going against him. You don't never
Uh
let the victor
oh.
tell the story. No, you don't let the victor tell the story because there's always going to be some grains of salt in that truth. What you do is you do your due diligence and you cross-reference all points. Now, Nazi didn't mean hate Jews. The symbol of a Nazi goes thousands of years. That ain't got nothing to do with hating nobody.
Well,
It's just
bro,
that
the swastika is a Hindu religion that's 6,000 years old.
that's what
The
I'm saying.
swastika
But it's not
is
Hindu. It's not just Hindu. It goes further back than Hindu.
no, it doesn't go further back than that.
Mm,
The oldest religion in the world is the Hindu religion. Studied it for 10
I
years of
believe
my life,
That's
y'all.
bro.
not
Went to
true.
college
That's
on it.
not true. We got Sumerian. Okay, so you trying to say Hindu come before the Sumerian doc?
First of all, the Sumerian culture, which is really from the Ottoman culture, was derived
No, hell
6,000
no.
years ago, but the first true religion was a Hindu religion.
It was
And the
you can't
swastika, I did a
Ah,
painting
6,000
on
years
it.
ago.
You can look up my
Sumerians
book.
wasn't
You'll see the swastika in there.
Sumerians wasn't 6,000 years ago. It was way further back than that. Sumerians was before the Egyptian dynasty, and that's 30, 40,000 years ago. But that's a whole
No,
nother
it's not.
conversation.
No, my man. Wait a minute.
All right,
Wait a minute. Bro,
all right,
I got to stop
all right,
you.
all right.
You're not going to tell
all right.
me that the Egyptian culture, it was the Kush culture, and the Kush culture goes back to 7,000 years ago. But the
That's
Egyptian
not true.
culture
That's
did
not
not
true.
start till 5,700 years ago.
That's not true.
That
And
is
let me tell you
that,
why
bro.
they had to push it back, right? Because they found water damage at the bottom of the Sphinx. They saying that
Uh oh.
when this was standing,
We have to.
this was a
That's a
lush
whole nother
environment. This
episode.
wasn't just a desert. But I ain't gonna go into that. I'm gonna get my
Unless
facts and
y'all
I'm
want
gonna
me to
double
leave
back with that.
y'all
But
and
you know
talk.
what? You know what caused the desert, man? The story of Sodom and Gomorrah
No,
was
what I'm
there was what created that desert was a direct hit of a meteor. They have proof of
We
that.
talked about
no
that.
that
Yeah.
but that's not but like I follow Graham Hancock and all these people, but they're saying that's possible, but that don't mean that's what caused a desert over there.
Yes,
Now
that's
All
it.
right.
No,
it's
we
So
have proof of
check this
that.
plausible.
out.
Well, we have glass jars, man. The
I
glass
mean,
jars are dated back to 5,000 years ago, and that's what they said. Sodom and
And
Gomorrah was destroyed
that's
by
it
God.
for this
No, it
episode.
wasn't. But the oldest known religion in the world, and the Sumerians did not have a religion. They did not have a
how
belief in a God.
okay.
They had a belief in a culture. They were a culture, and that became a lot of the segregation between the Ottomans
I'm gonna
and the
say this.
Greeks.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of them archaeologists and scientists got their timeline off, and that's all I'm gonna say. They have their timeline off
Mm,
more so than what they think.
Well, we have carbon, we have plutonium, and we have
I'm
nuclear
with you.
testing.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I know exactly what you're talking
You know
about,
that
but
we know for a fact. We know for a fact when Jofer built the first pyramid, there was only 3 periods of pyramids. After that, they went back to the tombs. Imhotep, all these guys, and Tutankhamun said, "Hey, I'm not building no fucking pyramid. I'm not going to do this for 20
hey,
years."
you preaching
That's
to the
why
choir.
the Valley of the Kings. But Jofer's proven fact on the step pyramid was created 5,780 years ago. We have that factual because of the deterioration of the limestone and the alabaster and the granite that they were carving. Absolutely. I wish it did go back more, but they're finding new discoveries, yes, but it's still not carbon dating anything beyond that, you know? And the swastika goes back 6,000 years ago. Hindu religion. I have a painting on it. And and again, we had it in the First World War. We had a plane, an attack plane brigade that had the swastika on it. It meant a symbol of peace. Hitler just was a radical, and he twisted it. He made it a negative thing, you know. And the swastika wasn't really a Nazi. It was the Nazi party created by Hitler. Hitler created making people think that good shit's going to happen, bro. And it just didn't, man. You know, but I agree with you a lot of stuff, man. I do. Absolutely. You know, of course. You know, we create our own fucking problems in this country, bro.
Well, that was a great episode. And we out of here. Check out the ladies tonight at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Hey, bro, nice meeting you, brother.
Same here, Jimmy. We gonna chop it up because I want to pick your brain as far as some, because we have the same beliefs as far as religion. So I want to pick your brain.
Oh man, listen, absolutely. And you want to know something? I'd love to talk to you about that because it is a bit like, Christians ask me, why are you an atheist? And I said, well, Christians never answer my questions.
It's a long
life. Why
was the
Immaculate Conception put in 325 AD? Why, when we found the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Armageddon was written off of that, and then oh no, that's not true. That's not true. But they have, again, bro, it's very glad to meet another atheist. I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud of you. No, because honestly, Mook.
Nah, he right. It takes strength, man. But we gonna touch on that.
Yeah, bro, I'd love to, man. And I'm very proud that you got a good family, you got a business going for yourself, and you got beautiful kids. And I hope you stay prosperous. That's more important than anything.
Yes, sir.
Blessings,
brother.
And look out for Cypher Sisters tonight at 8 o'clock and the Virgos at 9 o'clock.
Oh, what are you saying, Mook? You're a big podcast dude, man. Is that what you're saying?